massive night in store. 30 teams are waiting for their fate to be decided. 5 English clubs are eyeing top 8 spots. Arsenal are the only side guaranteed to be through to the last 16, where they'll be joined by Bayern Munich. But just about everybody else still has work to do and major target aims to try and be achieved this evening. It is a tight, congested 36-team table. 6 of the top 8 work to do to get themselves into the last 16. There are 8 teams outside of the top 8 who could finish in the top 8. Now, Liverpool, Tottenham, Newcastle and Chelsea are the other Premier League sides occupying currently the top 8 spots, and staying there would mean they avoid the playoffs and go straight into the last 16. Meanwhile, Man City currently in a playoff spot are behind 7th place Newcastle and 8th place Chelsea on goal difference. For Liverpool on 15 points and Spurs on 14, a victory tonight guarantees them a place into the last 16. Newcastle, Chelsea and Man City are among 8 teams on 13 points and looking for a win. And even then, their fate might not, their win doesn't guarantee them a place in the last 16. It's a possibility. If they win on 13 and get to 16, goal difference is going to come into play this evening. Our main focus will be on the English sides and that top 8. Now, 24th place, the final playoff spot, currently 8 points. There are 8 teams outside of the top 24 who could all get to 8 or more points and reach the playoff round. In theory, there are 6 teams who could miss out on the top 24 who start the day in the top 24. But of course, a lot of results will have to go against them. I'm your host, Sam Ellard. To my right-hand side, we got Lee Davey, Kwesi Wafari, Jack Cunningham. I'm your host, Sam Ellard. I think I tried to dot all the I's and cross the T's there.
Yeah.
As I was reading that out, I thought to myself, is this making any sense? But I think throughout the course of the evening, we're all going to just basically scream when something happens. And I think try and keep people across what is going on. One thing for certain, Kwesi Wafari. Look, some people might not like this new format. Some people might love this new format. But what we know, this new format guarantees you one thing, at least. A night like tonight is genuinely massive when 30 out of 36 teams have got something to play for.
100%, especially because, like I said, Jeopardy is the key word when it comes to this format, and it all seems geared with this league phase to this one day, the match day 8, where everything's to play. And like you mentioned, only Arsenal and Bayern Munich are guaranteed places in the top 8. Everyone else has work to do on the final day, and that's what UEFA want, right? This is why this competition has been engineered this way, and the jeopardy of having to play an extra couple of games is huge, especially with the congested football calendar. Some players have been at AFCON. Some players are off the back of a Club World Cup. There's a World Cup coming. There's so much football, and so this is absolutely massive. And I can sit there and moan, and I preferred the old format. I'm nostalgic in nature, and I liked it when there was a group phase and you had the chance to go home and away against the same teams in the group. But you can't deny a night like this is why we all love football. A night where you have to be across all the games. There's so much happening. The league table changes as a goal goes in, and with us as fans of English teams, and obviously Lee's for a non-English team, it kind of just brings you together and makes you kind of.
There's been a real buzz, I think, around the office here, around social media, because it's trying to also work out what's going to happen, and you know, again, so just to clarify, Liverpool 15, Spurs 14. There's then 8 teams on 13 points. PSG, Newcastle, Chelsea make up the top 8. But Barca, Sporting, City, Atletico, and Atlanta, not Atlanta, they're not in it, are they?
Nope, they're not.
Atlanta, Georgia. Imagine
might be soon.
Imagine the airport.
If you forget their way.
People have their way, they will be in it. So again, lots of those teams on 13. I think possibly all of them, maybe apart from Newcastle, could get to 16, Lee. That means that goal difference tonight is going to be absolutely crucial. I'm almost certain the difference between 8th place and 9th place will be goal difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is what, as Kwesi was saying, this is what UEFA wanted. I mean, their slogan at the start of this was every kick, every goal will matter. And I think, you know, that really rings true on a night like this. I'm in the same I'm in the same space as Kwesi in the sense of I preferred the old format. I'm probably one of those old heads who doesn't like change. I'll admit that. But do you know what? What the old format doesn't give is this jeopardy on this last day, the last night, this big blockbuster night. There is so much going on. We're all going to earn our money tonight.
Yeah,
we really, really are. And there's going to be screaming. Some goals will be celebrated a little bit more than others. And, it's going to be a lot of fun. And this is a really intriguing night for everyone. Everybody's locked in for this. I think the PSG Newcastle's a really interesting one because two of those, obviously two teams there, both 6 and 7, both within that top 8, both teams can't win. So the other teams below the chasing pack, your Sportings, your Chelseas, your Barcelonas, have all got a real great shot here.
It's interesting that the 5 teams that are outside of the top 8 on 13, correct me if I'm wrong here, is the European football expert, PSG fan Lee Davey, but also across all the European football for the talkSPORT website and tonight on talkSPORT goals. Barca Copenhagen at home, Sporting Athletic Club away, City Galatasaray at home, Atletico Madrid have got Bodo at home, and Atalanta have got Union SG away. Now, there's a possibility all 5 of those teams, correct me if I'm wrong, could win this evening?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's going to throw a real spanner in the works. This is going to go down to the final seconds and the final kicks of the night. We're going to be here 10 o'clock, past 10 o'clock. Who knows what's going to happen? But we're going to be across the whole lot. And we need a nice big live league table because that thing is going to be changing by the second.
Yeah.
Can we get one somewhere?
I know. They call this Robbie Williams.
I know Robbie Williams is set up the studio.
Robbie, your mic's in the way, mate. I can't see the bottom left of that screen. That could be where that microphone is. Could be the team that are 25th in the league table. I need to know who's currently 20th.
Which is Napoli.
Sam, do you like this format?
If I had to pick one or the other, I prefer the old format. Obviously, the main bonus of this one is tonight, no doubt about that, and tonight is a special night. But I'm not normally someone that is, these players are playing too many games, etc., etc. But I did think the extra games this competition adds, for me, did feel a little bit unnecessary with the extra 2 league games. And I think while it sets it up this evening for a great night tonight, I think with the extra games, and ultimately to get through to the next phase, you only have to come 24th.
Yeah.
Like the team that are 24th right now have won 2 out of 7 games. So essentially you can play 7 games in this league phase, win 2 out of 7, and still there's a possibility that Paphos, who've won 1 out of 7, could win tonight and finish in the top 24. So what I don't like about this is I think because there are extra games and only 12 out of 36 teams ultimately get booted out after 8 games, I think there's not enough jeopardy in it. And PSG are possibly quite a good example of that because you last season only just about got in the top 24, didn't you? And maybe if you had that similar form in a group stage where only 2 out of 4 go through, you might have been in trouble. So for me, it's a lack of jeopardy. I think it's about a lot of it that I don't like.
One thing with the new rule, with the new setup, is that UEFA coefficient doesn't actually matter anymore so much.
Explain that to us, Jack.
Because if you think about, I'll use Newcastle as the example. When we got into the Champions League for that first time, we ended up in a group of AC Milan, PSG and Borussia Dortmund because we were pot 14. And it's because our coefficient is so low. Our coefficient is still low, but equally you play 2 pot 1 teams, you play 2 pot 2 teams, you play 2 pot 3 teams, and you play 2 pot 4 teams. You play 1 at home, 1 away. So actually, it doesn't actually matter how good you've done in UEFA in the past. Instead, it's based on how you're doing this season. Which is why Newcastle have done well in the Champions League this season, because we've managed to win most of our home games. We only lost to Barcelona narrowly and lost to Marseille away as well. I mean, tonight, I'm not feeling too confident, but it is what it is. Like, it's still a great game to go into, knowing that we've already qualified for the next stage of the Champions League. It's a bit of a free hit. The last time, it was the group of death for Newcastle. In the end, they did acquit themselves pretty well, but I think this is a good thing, and for those teams who haven't had maybe success in UEFA in the past, the coefficient doesn't come into it anymore.
Would you say that, I don't know, if you supported a team like Newcastle, did you prefer the old format where that team that finished 3rd in the group then dropped down to the Europa League? Because obviously for me as a Chelsea fan, I didn't necessarily love that. I don't love the idea of the bigger team dropping down to those competitions. But like in terms of a Newcastle fan, I don't know, maybe you would have preferred that in terms of finishing 3rd and going into the Europa League.
That's a fair point. Maybe. I think actually I quite like the fact the Europa League is now just what the Europa League is. So those teams who are in the Europa League, that's it. Because to be fair, it is a bit of a cop-out for those Champions League teams. Oh, you weren't good enough to get through, but here you go, here's another chance at Europe, whereby in theory you're probably better than the teams who are in the Europa League. Not always, it didn't work out that way, but if you think about Sevilla, remembering a few times where they would finish 3rd, they'd drop into the Europa League and then they'd storm the Europa League and win it. Yeah. So I do think that I quite like this way now where it's just the teams who are in it are in it. So if you aren't good enough to get through the next stage of the Champions League, well, actually you've done for Europe.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because it always felt sometimes it would devalue the Europa League, these teams dropping into it, almost kind of like, well, here you go, here's your kind of, well, this is what you could have had, but this is what you're going to get now. So I always found myself rooting for the teams that have been in the competition from the start. And that's often that didn't happen. There was a season you had Atletico Madrid that drop into it, and you just think, oh, okay, well, you're clearly going to win that. And they went on to beat Marseille in the final 2016, I believe it was. But in terms of this new system, what I don't like, again, is the disparity between fixtures here, because there's teams that have way harder fixture lists than others, and some of them are just ridiculous, to be honest with you. We've had the narrative over the last week that the Premier League is absolutely flying away and it's dominating the Champions League at the moment. There's 5 teams within that top 8. Well, hold on. We've still got another game to play. And it's about who gets to the final and who wins it. It's not about this stage of the league phase. Ultimately, when you look at Opta's list of who has got the most difficult set of fixtures from 1 to 36, only one English team falls within the top 21 of toughest fixtures.
Interesting, I didn't know that.
The other 5 are within 22 to 36.
Very interesting.
Hence the reason why, partly, why Premier League teams are doing so well. Newcastle are the only team that are in the top 20.
I thought it was going to be that.
So Spurs, of their 7 games, I know they had you guys away at PSG away. If you look at Spurs' other 6 fixtures on paper, even for Spurs, really, really nice fixtures. So, we'll talk about Spurs in a bit more detail. But yeah, I mean, Spurs are a team who, they both, if you bottom half of the Premier League table, really struggling. Before we take our first break, let's do a couple more minutes on PSG versus Newcastle. Lee, bit of a generic question to start off with. Where are PSG at? They won this competition last season. Are they looking as strong this season as last?
No, not really. No, not really. Very wasteful. It's a team that's had 2 week break. It's had a 2 week break over the summer period. They're very tired. They're very weary. Maybe they've lost a little bit of hunger. They had an incredible season last year. They've won 6 trophies. They started off the season with a little bit of form, but falling away over the Christmas period. They're not playing well. They're very wasteful in front of goal. They're giving away silly goals at the moment. But as Luis Enrique has been saying for so long, it's about being ready in January, being ready in February. Now it's time to put up or shut up, because this is what the fans and the team have been waiting for, the business end of the season. Now it's time to give everything for the next 4 months or so and try and hold on to that trophy.
From a Newcastle point of view, this evening, bring everybody up to date. I mean, the big team news is Bruno Guimaraes. He travelled, didn't he? Does he start tonight?
No, he does not start. So Bruno Guimaraes does not start for Newcastle, which is pretty bad because he hasn't won a single game that he's not started. Basically, well, certainly domestically, I think there's maybe one other game that we haven't. And we have managed to win. But equally, I've got to be honest, I think it's good that he's travelled, so he's fit enough, obviously, to be involved in some point. But equally, look, this game is essentially a free hit for Newcastle. Yes, it'd be brilliant to get into the top 8, but we are into the next round of the Champions League, which at the start of the... Basically, what I said at the start of this Champions League campaign is that if we go to PSG and we're already in the playoffs, then that is job accomplished.
Nobody would have had Newcastle top 8 at the start.
No, if we turned up today needing to win to actually make it into the playoffs, then we've messed up the campaign.
It's an interesting team tonight, isn't it?
It's really interesting.
Back 5, I think.
Yeah, back 5. Look at Dan Burn in.
Pope in goal. So yeah, Thiaw, Botman, Burn, Miley will play right wing back, Hall left wing back, Ramsey and Tonali the midfield 2, also no Joe Linton, then Elanga, Willock and Voltemada.
Yeah.
So that means that Gordon and Barnes both don't start. Obviously Bruno Guimaraes, as you mentioned there, is on the bench. Voltemada starts up front over Visser. Why do you think he's gone with Elanga and Willock in those 2 kind of inside forward roles as opposed to Gordon and Barnes?
So against Mars,
and Anthony Gordon did the press conference yesterday.
He did.
Gordon did the press conference
yesterday.
That means he should be starting.
Yes, I know. Usually is how it works. Yeah. Look, I think, to be honest, Howe's probably also thinking about Newcastle's fixture run. Okay, Liverpool away on Saturday.
Oh, but tonight's got to be the priority, hasn't it?
Well, no, he's not picked the team throwing the game. He's picked the team that he thinks is going to win the game. But equally, I think he is thinking also about the fixtures coming up. And also, Newcastle went away to Marseille and played a back 3 as well, with a similar sort of kind of Willock on the wing, and it was Barnes instead, and Gordon was also playing as well, to be fair. But equally, I think that worked for the first half, and then we probably would have won that game if Nick Pope didn't decide he was going to run off his line for no apparent reason. So it did work against another team who play a high line. So I think he's gone for that. I think the pure pace of Elanga makes sense. Elanga's not had a great start to Newcastle. It would be an understatement, to be honest, but I do feel like he can probably get in behind the PSG defence, and we're not going to have a lot of the ball this evening, so when we have it, we need to make sure that we've got it high in the field and in dangerous areas. So let's see what happens there. But I do think a lot of the team news is more sort of looking ahead to Newcastle's games coming up and trying to manage that fixture list.
Go on, Lee.
Sorry, don't forget as well, Eddie Howe's already played the Luis Enrique team at Port de France a couple of years ago and almost pulled it off.
Yeah, and that was
packed his midfield out.
We had 13 injuries when we went as well.
Packed his midfield out, defended deep, did a great job, nicked a goal through Isak, and got undone by a terrible
penalty decision. Yeah,
it was. So I think you go for something similar. Interesting Voltemada over Wissa. That was the most interesting one. I think that was the expectation of having Chevalier in goal for PSG, who's been very, very ropey since he came. He's actually been dropped tonight. Safanov is back. The Russian goalkeeper, he's put him in, so he came for big money in the summer. Chevalier replaced Donnarumma, and now he's been dumped. So really interesting. But they put Safanov, he's in goal, come back after 6 weeks injury. So very interesting, that one.
So PSG Newcastle then, that's 6th versus 7th. Arsenal, well, they're having a nice relaxing evening tonight. They are through. They will top the group. They're at home to Kairat. Liverpool home to Karabag. Spurs go to Frankfurt. Chelsea at Napoli. City home to Galatasaray. We'll take a quick break on talkSPORT goals, and then when we come back, we'll take a look at some of the other English sides in action this evening. Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. It's brought to you by Final One Standing, new from William Hill, 18+, gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply. It is a blockbuster final day of games in the Champions League tonight. 30 teams waiting for their fate to be decided even. 5 English clubs are eyeing up the top 8 spots. Arsenal are the 6th team, but they are well and truly through to the last 16. It's Sam Ellard, Lee Davey, Quakey Wafari and Jack Cunningham with you until, whenever tonight is done. William Hill's epic boost in the Napoli-Chelsea game is a goal to be scored in both halves. That's now evens, boosted from 8 to 13. We just spoke about PSG Newcastle. William Hill's epic boost in the PSG Newcastle game is both teams to score. That's now evens, boosted from 4 to 9. So we discussed PSG Newcastle before the break. PSG and Newcastle both on 13 points inside the top 8. Chelsea are 8th on 13. There's 5 further teams below, all on 13 points. There is a possibility that Inter and Juve on 12 could win, get to 15 and get through, but that would rely on a lot of the teams who have 13 points to drop points, which I'm not sure is going to happen. Again, Spurs and Liverpool have 14 and 15 respectively, so the fate is very much in their hands. Quaker, your Chelsea team are in an interesting position tonight where you're 8th on 13 with a +6 goal difference. The teams below you, Barca +5 goal difference, Sporting +5 goal difference, City +4 goal difference, and we'll throw in Atletico Madrid on a +3 goal difference, where Chelsea could win this evening, maybe just, and still get knocked out. How do Chelsea approach that game this evening without being a possibility?
I think all Chelsea have to concentrate on is winning the game. I don't think Chelsea are in a position right now to say we need to beat Napoli by 3 or 4 goals. This is not a Chelsea team that's in that type of form. But I am weirdly confident about Chelsea going away and getting a result against Napoli. And I know there's a lot of talk about Rafinha when he first came in, but he's won 4 out of his 5 games.
You fueled most of them. And roaring, you called him a fraud, didn't you?
I didn't call him a fraud, wherever the camera is. But yeah, he's done a decent job, and he's had to navigate multiple competitions. He's had to manage in 4 different competitions, and he managed to do it quite well. But I feel like Chelsea needs to just concentrate on themselves. Chelsea can't control if Barcelona turn over Copenhagen. Chelsea can't. They're not in control.
Okay, but then at least, let's just say, for argument's sake, and probably stating the obvious here, you are 1 up in the final 15 minutes, but you're 9th in the live league table because Barca are 3 up and City are 4 up. Yeah. Then possibly the game plan changes, obviously.
Yeah, it does, but those situations change so much
No, but if you're entering the last 10 or 15 minutes, that's something that the coaches will be aware of.
Yeah, for sure. But Barca could be 2 up.
Sure.
And Chelsea could go for it, and then Barca could concede. Do you know what I mean? Like, Chelsea aren't in control of what those teams do. So I think just concentrate on winning the game and getting your job done, and whatever happens, happens. Chelsea let this slip with the result against Atalanta, where they lost late. And the Karabag away drawing that game. But Karabag are not a bad outfit. Sure. And they were in decent form going into that game. And Paphos.
But again, that's another thing with goal difference. Like, I know it knows about getting the 3 points and you got that. But that Paphos game at home would have been a game that you probably would have been expected to win by a couple of goals. And if you had a couple of extra goals, then a win tonight would have guaranteed your place.
Yeah. It's how it goes, really. Yeah. But we are where we're at. And all I want to see Chelsea do today is play well and win the game. And then whatever happens, happens.
Cole Palmer travelled. Cole Palmer doesn't start. Sanchez in goal. Gusto, James, Fofana, Cucurella, assuming that's going to be a back 4. Andre Santos, Caicedo, Fernandes will be a midfield 3. Joao Pedro leads the line. Esteval, Pedro Neto out wide, Kwaku.
Yeah, so it's an interesting lineup. Cole Palmer, he's not fit. Yeah. And it's a shame because we've not been able to see the best of Cole Palmer this season. Been in and out because of injury. He's not really been able to get a season going. I think we'll see him tonight, especially if, like you say, Sam, there will be an element in Rafinha's mind of if Chelsea are 2 up and it looks like the win is guaranteed, then go for more. So there will be. I think we'll see Cole Palmer come off the bench tonight. But I think the most interesting part of Chelsea's team is the midfield, because I fully believe that between now and the end of the season, I think Andre Santos will be one of the most used players for Chelsea because he played under Rafinha at Strasbourg. And when new managers come into a football club, they want some sort of kind of a linear kind of connection from what they did previously to what they're doing right now. And I think Andre Santos is that. Rafinha talked about how he understands his instruction, understands how he wants him to play. And so in midfield, I think between now and the end of the season, we're going to see a double pivot of Caicedo and Andre Santos, which then means that you have to move Enzo Fernandez a bit further forward. And then you ask the question, where does Cole Palmer play if he is fit? Because Enzo Fernandez has been one of Chelsea's best players this season. Do you move Cole Palmer onto the right-hand side? If you do that, that means that Esteval doesn't play. And so I think there's an interesting conversation to be had about what happens to Chelsea's midfield and what happens down the middle for Chelsea as well. So that's what I'm interested to see. But I'm going to this game against Napoli thinking, win this game and we make it through. And that's all I can really care about.
What can we expect from Napoli tonight, Lee? What sort of prospect do they pose Chelsea? I guess if you look at the team tonight,
well, they need a win, don't they? They need a win.
So
they're 25th.
Napoli are one place outside of.
So they're not even
the top
getting in the
24.
playoffs.
As things stand, the 25th again. Depending on other results, possibly for Napoli tonight, a point could be enough. To get them through. But yeah, they start the evening 1 point outside of the top 24, one place, level on goal difference. But it's a team, obviously, a lot of familiar names, like McTominay, Højlund in the team. I think you'll be familiar with the Napoli manager as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, at the moment, it's not great for Napoli. They've been so up and down this season, particularly since the autumn. Champions, as we know, last year, but really in an injury crisis at the moment, to a lot of key players out. It's a tall order. It's a really, really tall order for Napoli tonight. Usually I'd back Napoli at the Maradona, 70, 80,000 fans behind them, but I can see Chelsea going there and
fancy Chelsea tonight.
I do. I strongly fancy Chelsea to win tonight. I think Chelsea will just have too much for Napoli. And Napoli have got some great players in this team, and McTominay is a standout player, Serie A player of the year, and certainly their talismanic star, someone they'll be turning to. But it's very up and down, very topsy-turvy for Napoli this year. I just don't think they're going to have enough to go through. And to be honest, that might work in their favour in their hopes of trying to retain the Serie A title. But their squad's just not big enough to cope on both fronts.
Quick, with two questions to you on Liam Rossini. First question, in terms of what football you're watching, have you seen any noticeable differences from the Enzo Maresca days? And the second question is, I know it's very, very early days, but he has got a couple of wins under his belt. Has there been any sort of mood change?
In terms of style of football, nothing too drastic. I think it's been a favourable set of fixtures in terms of who Chelsea played against. Crystal Palace are on their knees. Charlton you expect to beat. Paphos you expect to beat. And so it's not.
Why are we laughing at that?
It's not necessarily murderer's row when it comes to.
And the Brentford game at home was possibly not very convincing performance.
Yeah, the Brentford, and they should have won that game. And the only other game was Arsenal, which we lost 3-2. And so I think it's par for the course in terms of where we're at, 1-4 out of 5. And today's probably the biggest, barring Arsenal, the biggest test, especially because of the stakes on the game. So the style of football is hard to really kind of see his clear identity because the opposition we played against. In terms of the mood at Stamford Bridge, I've got to be honest, Chelsea fans, in my opinion, can be flippant. And when there was that pathetic protest before the Brentford game, and I'm not calling people who are protesting pathetic, but I'm calling the turnout pathetic. It's because there's no solid foundation or no solid ground as to what they're protesting. I think effectively what Chelsea fans are protesting is the fact that we're not winning football matches. And so naturally the mood will change when you start to win football matches. If he beats Napoli today and he gets a win on the weekend, all of a sudden Chelsea fans are believing again and Chelsea fans are on board. I remember a similar sentiment and feeling towards Roman Abramovich when he sacked Frank Lampard. Thomas Tuchel comes in, changes the face of the football club, wins the Champions League, and all thoughts of dissent amongst the ranks is eliminated. Chelsea are a football club that are very different to a Manchester United, Liverpool, and an Arsenal who maybe are slightly different to Arsenal this season, but those clubs want to play a certain type of football and win a certain type of way. For Chelsea, it's just about winning. And if Chelsea are winning, fans are happy. And Rossini's winning at the moment, so fans are content.
William Hill's epic boost in the Napoli-Chelsea game is a goal to be scored in both halves. That's now evens, boosted from 8 to 13. Napoli-Chelsea tonight in the Champions League. Again, a reminder, Arsenal are going to be through to the last 16. They take on Kairat this evening, who are bottom and out of the Champions League. Liverpool at home to Karabakh. Liverpool, the win, will definitely be in the last 16. Frankfurt Spurs, we'll chat about Spurs after the break. What a bizarre situation Spurs find themselves in, struggling in the league, but got a really good chance tonight to get into that top 8. Frankfurt is where they go this evening. Frankfurt are out of the Champions League. Mentioned there Napoli versus Chelsea. Chelsea with work to do. Napoli work to do as well, but to get themselves inside the top 24. And PSG Newcastle is 6th versus 7th. 30 out of 36 teams, all got something to play for this evening. talkSPORT Goals will keep you across all of the action on a busy night of Champions League football. It is talkSPORT Gold, and we're with William Hill. We'll take a very quick break, and then when we come back, we'll turn our attention to the other English sides in action this evening. Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. Is brought to you by Final One Standing, new from William Hill, 18 plus, gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply. It is a blockbuster final evening of games in the Champions League phase. 30 teams waiting for their fate to be decided. Top 8 places up for grabs. Top 24 places are up for grabs. And we're here with our very good friends at William Hill, brought to you by Final One Standing, which is new from William Hill. Let's take a look, shall we, at some of the other William Hill epic boosts we've got this evening. In the Frankfurt Spurs game, the epic boost is Spurs to score in the first half. That's now evens, boosted from 4 to 6. Meanwhile, William Hill's epic boost in the Liverpool Carabao game is Liverpool to win to 0. That's now evens, boosted from 4 to 6. Arsenal through 7 from 7. Liverpool have 15 points. They're in the top 8. Spurs have 14 points in the top 8. Both those sides win. They're guaranteed to be in right through to the last 16. PSG, Newcastle, Chelsea make up the top 8, all on 13 points. 5 further teams have 13 points. Barca, Sporting City, Atletico and Atalanta. So it's looking, well, almost certainly that you imagine, I think the majority of those teams are going to get on to 16 points, and then it's pretty much going to come down to goal difference in terms of who finishes inside that top 8. Plenty of teams as well can get out of the bottom 24. 8 teams in total, and the 6 teams in top of inside the top 24 who could drop out. So Lee, I hope you got your calculator ready. Hope you got your. I hope that's working up there tonight, boys. We're gonna need it tonight, aren't we? Right?
Yeah, keep an eye on it.
We touched on PSG and Newcastle. We touched on the Chelsea game away at Napoli. Let's do, shall we, a little bit of Spurs. Frankfurt versus Spurs. Spurs are 5th on 14 points. Frankfurt are out. They've only won one game. Tottenham have faced Frankfurt on 6 occasions in major European competition, with the Feyenoord being the only opponent they faced more often. Kwaku, I mean, with Spurs and Thomas Frank, the Thomas Frank kind of his future's been discussed time and time again. Did you think has it almost gone beyond the point of him turning it around now? Do you think even if they went on a decent run, do you think Spurs fans have just made up their minds now?
Yeah, I think the sentiment is fully against Thomas Frank. Amongst Spurs fans, you'll be hard pushed to find any Spurs fans that believe that he's going to turn things around. There are some Spurs fans that think he deserves a bit more time, but there's no real believers. And I think when you lose the belief, and when you listen to reports or you read reports about how fractured the dressing room is and about how some of the key players possibly want to leave the football club, Mickey van der Ven being one of those, then I think it's very difficult for managers to turn things around. That's not to say that Thomas Frank's not a good manager, but sometimes I think it's situational in football, and it just seems like maybe right man, wrong time.
Just hasn't worked, does it?
It just hasn't worked at all. And you look at their results, it's atrocious. It's relegation form. And we like to sit here and laugh at Abbey, but I can understand why there's a feeling of despair amongst Spurs fans, because ever since going to this new stadium, barring last season when you won the Europa League and won the worst finals that we have ever seen, they've not really been given anything to cheer about. And it seems like every appointment and every signing is just not the right one. And yeah, I feel for them right now. But having said that, and I know we maybe talk about the strength of the Premier League a little bit too much, but I fancy Spurs to go and get a result at Frankfurt.
I think the Spurs game's interesting. I think Liverpool will win. So I think Liverpool and Real Madrid will both win on 15, and they'll both be through. I think the Spurs game's really interesting tonight, because I don't think Spurs win tonight.
Yeah.
And again, a draw's not good enough for them. They go on to 15 with the draw, and so many teams are going to get to 16.
Yeah.
So they've got to win this evening. I know Frankfurt, Leon, aren't in great touch at the minute.
No.
Look at that Spurs team. And I'll just go through the Spurs team now. They have got lots and lots of injuries. But it's Vicario in goal, Spence, Romero, Danzo, Udogie at the back four. There's no Van der Ven. Gray and Paulinho will sit with Sarr as well in that midfield three. Odegaard, Simmons and Kolo Muani, the front three. I mean, again, away from home in Europe, that's a team that I just don't fancy to go away home
midfield
and win.
three, there is no creative born in their body in that midfield three. One thing I'll say is Frankfurt, though, since coming back from the winter break, have conceded 3 goals in every game. So they got a 3-3 draw against Dortmund. They lost 3-2 to Stuttgart. We got a 3-3 draw against Werder Bremen. They lost 3-2 to Karabag. And at the weekend, they lost 3-1 to Hoffenheim.
But there's this thing in this country that Frankfurt won't be aware of, that we call it Dr. Tottenham.
Dr. Tottenham, yeah.
I'm not sure if Frankfurt are aware of that.
But no, because West Ham found out, didn't they? Yeah. Dr. Tottenham will see you now.
Everyone, really, yeah.
No, yeah.
So, in terms of Frankfurt, is this a team that can cause them any problems tonight, or not really?
I can't see it. I fancy Tottenham, and I don't say that very often. And I'm not even saying it with the shoulders back and my chest proud. I'm not. But Tottenham should have too much for this Eintracht Frankfurt team. Have really nothing to play for at all. They're in poor form in Germany. They've lost the best players this season. Well, certainly over the last 12 months, with Marmoush going back in January. I can't see anything but a Tottenham win. I've not seen Tottenham's bench, by the way. I'm not overly infused by Tottenham's starting lineup. There is enough quality in there. But, if things aren't going well, is there enough?
Apart from Solanke, the kid is the bench is full of kids.
It does look full of kids.
Solanke,
it does. I mean, look, so there's not a lot that they can do to change it if it is going wrong for Tottenham tonight. But if it does, then it's going to pile even more pressure.
Well,
I don't, Frank, it really is.
I don't want to disrespect anybody sitting on the bench. But like you say, Boris Solanke, that's one of the weakest benches I've seen.
They've got a double figure number players in.
But then we need to have a look at that, because we got told that was because of Ange. We got told that the amount of injuries that Spurs sustained last season was how hard they were being pushed in training because of Ange's techniques. And this has happened for the second year in a row where they've sustained, and I know they're different injuries, they're not all muscular injuries, but to have this many injuries in back-to-back seasons under different managers, surely there's a cause for concern.
It does bring question marks over the physios, doctors, things like that, because if I think about Kulusevski's injury, wasn't it like initially reported as like it's a knock, and he's just been out forever. And then he was spotted on a plane yesterday flying to Barcelona for more rehabilitation. So when is he going to be back?
Yeah.
Maddison, ACL, Porro was out for 4 weeks with a hamstring injury. I'm not surprised Porro was out, by the way, because I'm pretty sure he's played every minute of every game for the last sort of 3 months, basically, because they have no other options there. They've signed some players in January. You know, Conor Gallagher has joined. There's a left back has joined as well. Obviously, tried to sign Andy Robertson, didn't get him.
They're going to get him,
Yeah, so they have tried to strengthen the squad, but ultimately they've just made some terrible signings.
This time, it's a shame lots of, not a new thing, but lots of teams are getting important injuries this time. Even Aston Villa have got pretty much their
Kamara
midfield. Kamara
for the season.
Tielemans is out until around
McGinn's
April,
out for
and
6
McGinn's
weeks.
about 6 weeks. And that's the pretty much, apart from Onana there, the whole midfield three.
Yeah.
I know they brought back Douglas Luiz, but it's at that time of year where you need a little bit of luck, don't you, to kind of get through the injuries and have a go. So we all fancy Spurs
I
to
think
win.
Spurs will win just because obviously the atmosphere will be good.
Well, you mentioned also what does make it easy for Spurs. The Frankfurt are one of 6 teams that have got nothing to play.
Yeah,
for.
they have absolutely nothing
They
to
are
play
done.
for. All they're playing for is to give their fans one last sort of hurrah, I suppose, and turn something. I guess have some joy from it. They will. I think they will fancy it. To be fair, I don't think they'll look at Spurs and be scared about playing Spurs at all. But
You see, in your defence, how many times have you seen these teams just, really fail in the Champions League, and when it comes to these dead rubbers, they turn up.
yeah, it does happen.
It happens.
It does happen.
It happens. But that can't happen for Thomas Frank. That just cannot happen.
That result on Saturday, I thought, was like almost the worst result for Tottenham fans because it was probably enough for the board to say, okay,
Or draw
we're
away
going to keep him.
But see,
Because they got a last minute equaliser. But equally, the performance.
does anyone here
Burnley
think
had
that
them all
the board have just decided in their mind that no matter what happens, Thomas Frank is going to be there until the end of the season? Because I think when your own fans turn on you, I think that's kind of the lowest moment a manager can get through. And it feels like that's happening now. That's been happening for the last couple of weeks.
But it seems like
and he's still in position. I don't know whether the board in their mind are just like, you know what, we're over halfway through the season. We're nearly in February. We're going to get through to the end of the season, no matter what. See where we're at and make a decision.
Well, we had reports after West Ham that Dortmund was essentially going to be his last game. That was essentially what the reports were indicating. Then they won. So then it was like, oh, well, he's going to now take
since then lost to
Burnley.
West Ham.
No, it was West Ham they lost to. Then they played
And then Dortmund home,
and then it was a Burnley at the weekend. So it feels like it's a game-by-game basis, and that is, one, you can't, that's not a sustainable
healthy place
way.
to be, is
That
it?
is not a sustainable way for anyone at the club. You can't be judging what's happening on a game-by-game basis. Equally, Tottenham have tried all different types of managers for quite a while. They had the project manager with Ange Postecoglou. They had the proven winners with Jose Mourinho and Antonio Conte. None of them have worked. At some point, they do have to just stick with someone and give them the time. But I don't think Thomas Frank is that man.
He's not.
Because the fans... I think one thing you go is some people have compared it to Mikel Arteta in the fact that it started pretty badly at Arsenal. But one thing I always say with Arteta is I thought that Arsenal fans never really were certainly not booing them off and saying
COVID, wasn't it, when he first came?
It was a COVID as well.
And also, I think with Arteta,
and he won a trophy immediately.
And I think you could see he was implementing a style of play, even though he wasn't getting the results. You could see what he was trying to do, and you thought, give him more time, give him. Whereas I think Spurs fans, the style of play is something that confuses them more than anything.
Well, the one thing I've not got about this Thomas Frank I'm saying at Tottenham is it's entirely different than one at Brentford. I know they're different football clubs, but at Brentford, he was really a tactically adaptable manager. If they were playing a team that he thought that they were player for player better than, they would be really expansive. They would go for it. And instead, I don't see this at all. He seems to play the exact same formation in most games. But even if it's the same formation or not, it's always the same safety first. Seems to be against every single team they play.
That Dortmund game was the only game.
That's the
where I
only
really
team
saw
where
them
they've
being
sort of
aggressive,
went
press
for
high
it.
and
Yeah.
try. So
It's just different.
But you mentioned that there's no manager that's worked at Spurs. They tried all the different variations. There's one manager that did work in Pochettino, and he will be available
he might
after
come back,
the World Cup.
yeah.
And I think that it seems like I always say a match made in heaven because unfortunately he didn't win anything. But I think that Pochettino back at Spurs to me is a no-brainer.
That's a fair point. But I'm never sure about managers going back.
Well, why not?
That just seems like it was one of those see you laters. I always felt there would be another.
Another thing to be fair is that Pochettino. I think if Levy had been more involved, I think he got a more likely chance of Pochettino actually going back because their relationship was still close. I'm not sure now Levy's gone. Necessarily, that's the way they're looked for. I'm sure a lot of Spurs fans will call for Pochettino, but equally, sometimes you maybe got to look elsewhere and decide, actually, was it just best to leave it as the one and try something entirely different? Because if he does come back and it does go wrong, that will sour his legacy from the first time.
But they've tried, like you said, they've tried Conte, they've tried Mourinho, they've tried Nuno, they've tried Ange, they've tried Thomas Frank. Like, what other variation are you going to try before you go back to the one that actually worked?
Yeah, it's fair point. But Tottenham are a very different football club now to that one that they were initially, I think.
Well, I think they're a football club that probably going to spend a little bit more money than they did under.
They probably will spend a little bit more money.
First time.
Well, the net spend under him was zero
help,
by the time he
would
left.
it not help mend relations between the fans and the board? There's so much disgruntlement. Is that the one thing that they can do to mend those relations, to build that harmony?
I think it would, but equally, I do think there's some Spurs fans who are probably still in the camp of actually don't want him back. But but maybe the overall feeling of, okay, this is a guy who's done well at Spurs before. Let's get him in, for the positivity, get him back.
The fact is,
I'm not sure.
You look at
I don't think
Spurs
so.
and you look at Pochettino, they've not stopped flirting. In interview, they've never stopped flirting ever since he left.
Yeah,
Still now.
I think it makes sense, but I think he's a good coach. I think Poch would love the chance to go back in. And I think another thing, it gets everybody together, doesn't it? The Spurs fans get behind him. I think Spurs could do a lot worse. And also,
They could do a lot worse.
I agree with your point, Quaku. They might just think, we have nothing left to do. Like, what else is there to do? We are going to take a break on talkSPORT goals. We will do another epic boost, shall we? Let's do the epic boost in that Spurs Frankfurt game. William Hill's epic boost in the Frankfurt versus Tottenham game, as Spurs to score in the first half. It's now evens boosted from 4 to 6. I think a lot of people on social media having a little bit of fun. All fun, obviously. Like, tonight could be a night where if it goes well. I'm not going into work tomorrow. There's 18 games. There's lots of stuff to obviously have a bet on. So I'm sure people will bet responsibly. But it's a fun night, isn't it? To have people want to have a flutter, have a couple of quid, try and pick some winners. That's a William Hill epic boost. It is talkSPORT goals. We are live on talkSPORT's YouTube channel and on your smart TVs. We are 15 minutes away from kickoff. Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. It's brought to you by Final One Standing, new from William Hill, 18 plus, gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply. 6 English teams in action this evening. Let me tell you about William Hill's epic boost in the Man City Galatasaray game as Man City to score in both halves. That's now evens, boosted from 8 to 13. We have got a massive night of Champions League football this evening. 18 games, all being played at the same time. 30 of the 36 teams have got something to play for tonight. Arsenal, one of those teams who haven't. They're top, they're through. Cairo at home, happy days. Liverpool, Spurs, Newcastle, Chelsea all start inside the top 8. Man City are outside of the top 8 on goal difference. So 8 teams are on 13 points. In terms of the race to finish inside the top 24, the first 8 teams from 25th and below have all got a chance of finishing inside the top 24, and then the first 6 teams inside the top 24, all possibly results depending elsewhere, could miss out on the top 24. So again, 30 of 36 teams this evening have all got something to play for. 2 English teams we haven't touched on yet. Kwaku, Man City this evening is Galatasaray at home, and goodness me, they did the hard bit, didn't they? Going to Real Madrid and winning, and then it was last week, wasn't it? I mean, that Bodo Glimt game away from home, they won't forget that. And also, you got to think, you obviously want to get in the top 8 to go straight through, but it's just it's the rest you get. We know that Arsenal have got 2 midweeks now off completely when these playoff games are gonna be taking place, and even in their bid to try and win the Premier League, those 2 extra games could be costly.
100%, especially because you back City to make it to the League Cup final. No offence.
None taken. Have you seen our record at the Etihad?
Yeah, and no offence, I think they'll play Arsenal in the final.
They'll probably play Arsenal in the final. But... cheeky.
That was cheeky.
You never know.
You never know. It could be a Newcastle Chelsea final.
The banter we have on the show is just flying off the tops, isn't it?
It's all good.
But yeah, Man City, they'll be kicking themselves. So that result, Bodo Glimt are not an easy team.
No,
right?
they're not.
They should have beaten Spurs.
Yes.
And Spurs were lucky to come out with a draw in
that was
game.
still their first ever Champions League win, though. Bodo Glimt.
Yeah, I understand that. And City shouldn't have lost. So there's a reason why they refunded their fans. But yeah, they'll be kicking themselves. And it's funny what a difference a couple of months makes, because I thought, looking at this City team, that they're better suited to the Champions League. And I thought the league would just be a step too far.
Why is that?
The season. Just because of the composition of their team. Because I think Guardiola, I back him in 2 legs over most managers. I back him.
Back the City team though against the top teams to get through. To back the City team defensively.
That's the problem. Well, they've shored up their defense now, so we'll see. We'll see if that makes a difference for them going forward. But I just don't know where I sit with the City team. Like I was at the Etihad watching them play against Wolves, and it was comfortable, but you just don't know what City you're going to get week to week, and that's the problem for them. And you expect them to beat Galatasaray, but they've had such poor results in both the league and Champions League this season that if Galatasaray were to get a result, you wouldn't be shocked.
No.
And so let's see how it plays out. City know that they have to win.
It's crazy, isn't it, by the way, that we think of the narrative of the season of Arsenal dominating, City being up and down. It's astonishing. The gap is only 4 points going into February. It feels like, with the mood around both teams, prior to Sunday anyway, Arsenal losing, it feels like that gap should be more than 4 points. City probably can't believe their luck that it is only 4 points. And obviously, back end of the season in April, City play Arsenal at home, which is fascinating.
But I do think that Guardiola smelt something, because like
What did he smell?
What the Rock is cooking. No, but I think he looked at this Arsenal team, and he saw not a frailty, but remember City went to the Emirates,
Part of the bus.
and almost won. They took a last minute Martinelli goal. Yeah. And I think Pep looks at it and says, this Arsenal team aren't that great. And they went big in January. I know that Guehi was a cut price deal because he's only got 6 months left in the contract. But to bring in Guehi and Semenyo...
He's on 300 grand a week.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But those are win...
Now, also Guehi, not Guehi, surely.
I thought it was Guehi.
You go Guehi?
I go Guehi.
He is Guehi, I know, yeah. And so you interviewed him on Saturday and didn't even know what his name is? An England international, an FA Cup winning captain.
I'll go with my pronunciation.
Or are you going Guehi?
I think it's Guehi.
I don't think it is, mate. I think you're wrong.
All right.
Jack, back me up.
Yeah, I think.
It's Guehi, isn't
anyway, those signings are win now signings, right? And you look at this City team, and I think they're a hindsight team. At the end of the season, say City win the league and the Champions League, you'll be like, oh yeah, of course they did. They've got the best manager in the world. They've got the best striker in the world. They've got one of the best goalkeepers in the world. They've made some good signings. But again, if they don't go and win anything, you'll be like, of course they didn't. They're in transition. They're a team that haven't really got an identity. So with City, it's literally a case of wait and see. Because you don't know what City team you're going to get week to week.
Yeah. Do you think will be less the media as a whole will be less harsh on City if they don't win the league rather than if Arsenal don't.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, because like obviously the narrative around Arsenal has been.
Let's not get it twisted.
Yeah.
On Sunday, when Man United, when Cunha put the ball in the bottom corner, the whole world celebrated, barring Arsenal fans. Everybody celebrated that goal because it just reinvigorated the title race and it made something that looked like such a formality have a bit of jeopardy in it. So yeah, of course, if City don't win the league, I don't think the knife's going to be out. They won 4 titles in a row, whereas Arsenal finished.
Can you imagine? But if out of the two, I would like Arsenal to win the league. But
What about Villa?
yeah.
What about Villa?
Oh, sorry,
Villa are massively in it.
Oh, sure, but I think Villa were massive outsiders, and then with the injuries over the last couple of weeks, I think they're out of Arsenal. I would prefer Arsenal, but I think Craig
just to get it over with.
But I just prefer a team that hasn't won it in 20 years to win it than a team that's won it 4 out of 5. But I agree with you that if they don't, goodness me. Right, guys, we're going to take one more very quick break. Then are we okay? We're going to dot the I's. We're going to cross the T's. We're going to get water and a cup of tea. The teams are out in the tunnel. Tonight is absolutely massive. 30 teams have got something to play for out of the 36. In the Man City Galatasaray game, William Hill's epic boost is Man City to score in both halves. That's now evens, boosted from 8 to 13. The game we haven't touched on, Liverpool versus Qarabag. William Hill's epic boost in the Liverpool Qarabag game is Liverpool to win to 0. That's now evens, boosted from 4 to 6. There's an epic boost in all 5 of the, apart from Arsenal, all 5 English teams. They've got something to play for this evening. Nice epic boost. The William Hill epic boost in the Napoli Chelsea game, a goal to be scored in both halves. That's also now evens, boosted from 8 to 13. We're back in 3 minutes. Get your laptop, get your calculator. talkSPORT Goals is taking you through a busy night of Champions League football. Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. Is brought to you by Final One Standing, new from William Hill, 18 plus, gamblerware.org. Terms and conditions apply. A blockbuster final evening of games in the Champions League phase awaits. We're about to get underway in the next 30 seconds. 30 teams waiting for their fate to be decided. 5 English clubs are eyeing top 8 spots. Arsenal, the only side guaranteed to be through to the last 16. They'll be joined by Bayern Munich, but just about everybody else still has work to do and major targets to aim for in a very congested 36-team table. 6 of the top 8 still need to guarantee themselves a place in the last 16. And then outside of the top 8, there are 8 teams who in theory could finish inside the top 8 this evening, depending on results elsewhere. Liverpool, Spurs, Newcastle and Chelsea are in the top 8, and staying there would mean they avoid the playoffs and go straight into the last 16. Man City, currently in a playoff spot, are behind 7th place Newcastle and 8th place Chelsea, but only on goal difference. For Liverpool, on 15, Spurs on 14. It's simple. They win tonight, they are through. Newcastle, Chelsea and Man City are among 8 teams on 13 points and looking for a win. Even if they do win, though, it could possibly come down to goal difference. In fact, I'm almost certain the 8th place, whoever it is going to have 16, and 9th place will also have 16. So I think goal difference is definitely going to happen this evening. The team in 24th, the final playoff spot, has 8 points. There are 8 teams below the top 24 who could all get to 8 or more points and reach the playoff round. In theory, there are 6 teams in the top 24 who could miss out on the playoffs. So again, 30 teams playing for something this evening. I hope that all makes sense, boys, by the way.
Yeah,
There's basically a lot going on.
Yeah, no,
Did I?
A great job of that.
You see the people looking at me like, what is this guy talking about? That makes no sense. Just shut up and watch the football, and we'll try and make it make sense. Okay, Kwaku, Chelsea are at Napoli. How have you started in the first 20 seconds?
It's just going to be a case of managing the game. And that's what the Champions League is. It's managing moments. It's a very young Chelsea team, the youngest team in the competition. But if we can manage the moments and take our chances...
Oh, we're in trouble already.
What happened, Jack? Talk us through it.
Nuno Mendes, who's probably the best left-back in the world, to be fair, gets the ball in his half. He drills it in behind Barcola. Beats Miley to it, because to be fair, Miley is not a right wing-back. And then he gets into the box, and fair play to Sven Botman coming across.
I think there's a VAR check here for a potential penalty. Handball, it looks to be there by Lewis Miley. I think there's a VAR check.
What a
yes,
terrible
there is.
start.
Yes,
A minute in.
The ball bounced up. It
was a good start. Wow.
Yeah, so when he comes in on the left-hand side, it takes deflection of the Newcastle player, then the PSG player, and Lewis Miley's right hand does make contact with the ball, and it's whether does that right arm almost come out into an unnatural position.
Hold on a sec. Jack, would I be right in saying that the penalty last time involved Lewis Miley?
No, it was Livramento.
It was Livramento. Okay.
Yeah. Miley was playing.
Miley played that.
We have a goal in Germany, and Tottenham Hotspur take the lead. Frankfurt, oh no.
It's been ruled out.
Oh, it's been ruled out. I didn't know. The Tottenham players definitely don't know, because Xavi Simons is being mobbed. Oh, and by the way, maybe a quiet opening 90 seconds. Absolutely not. The Spurs goal has been disallowed, and in the PSG Newcastle game, the referee is going over to have a look at the monitor. Who was it? It was Barcola that came in from the left-hand side.
Barcola came from the left-hand
It then took a deflection off a Newcastle player. It then came back onto the PSG player. And Lewis Miley's right arm, it does come out.
Move a little
and it does, for me, I think that is a handball.
You've got some sympathy with him, haven't you?
Do you know what? He doesn't mean it, but that right arm comes out and he does slap the ball. I think the right arm's in a natural position, and therefore I think that's going to be a penalty. Tottenham did have the lead away at Frankfurt. Got playing down the left-hand side. The ball came back across the face of goal to Xavi Simons, who smacked the ball into the back of the net. The goal is not going to stand. As soon as I see a replay, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you what, that Xavi Simons celebration is an absolute stinker.
And Haaland's missed an absolute sitter for Man City.
Oh, wow, he has as well.
This is going to be fun, guys, by the way, tonight. Carnage. Plenty of fun. Arsenal taking the lead at home to Kairat, the goal scorer. Victor Gyökeres, another goal for him in the Champions League. Arsenal 1, Kairat 0. Gyökeres, the goal scorer. PSG have got a penalty in the game against Newcastle. Who's going to take it, Lee?
It looked like it was Vitinha, but it's Dembele. He's passed the ball to Dembele. Dembele has missed a couple of penalties, actually, this year. No, this is not a foregone conclusion at all. We can be very erratic.
Ousmane Dembele's got the ball on the penalty spot. Nick Pope, who's had an inconsistent season this season. What an awful start. What an awful start for Newcastle this evening. An unlucky handball, but I think the referee did come to the right decision. It's Dembele versus Pope. The referee is going to tell people to wait outside the box. I think they know the rules there. I think we can get on with the game whenever he's ready. It's Dembele v Pope, and the keeper saves it! Yes! Get in! Pope saves it! Come on! Get in, Pope! Get in!
Not surprised by that, guys. He's not been
Get
from the
in!
spot.
Get to start of this! Yes! And by the way, it's a really good save as well.
It's an unbelievable save. It's an unbelievable save.
He throws himself to his left-hand side. He gets down and he punches the ball away. What a save, Jack.
Unbelievable. So Dembele steps up. He rifles it right-footed. Pope dives to his left. Full stretch down to the left. Tips it around
Outstanding
the post.
save.
Oh, what a save, Nick Pope.
He has to...
I apologise for everything.
That's not far off being in the corner. He throws himself to his left-hand side. He gets a big, strong left hand and pushes the ball away. So confirmation then. Early goals tonight. There's one at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal 1, Kairat 0. Now, there's a goal in the Athletic Club Sporting game. Sporting are one of 5 teams outside of the top 8 on 13 points. Sporting are losing 1-0 away from home. Athletic Club 1, Sporting 0. 8th place Chelsea have 13 points. 5 teams outside the top 8 have 13 points. One of those is Sporting. They're losing 1-0. Athletic Club 1, Sporting 0. Confirmation Victor Gyökeres has scored for Arsenal after 2 minutes. Arsenal 1, Kairat 0. Nick Pope saves the penalty for Newcastle at PSG. And confirmation that the Tottenham goal doesn't count. Xavi Simons did have the ball in the back of the net at Frankfurt. It was ruled out though. So involving the English teams have got something to play for this evening. Liverpool 0, Karabag 0. PSG 0, Newcastle 0. Napoli 0, Chelsea 0. Man City 0, Galatasaray 0. And it's Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 0. Arsenal leading Kairat by a goal to 0. And there's a big goal of the Nou Camp as well, because Barcelona in 9th place, level on points with Chelsea, and with a 1 worse goal difference, are losing at home to Copenhagen. It's Barcelona 0, Copenhagen 1. So again, PSG 13, Newcastle 13, Chelsea 13. 2 of the teams on 13 points outside of the top 8 are losing. Barca 0, Copenhagen 1, Athletic Club 1, Sporting 0, and Club Brugge, by the way, have just taken the lead against Marseille. Club Brugge are 27.
Come on!
I wondered what you were doing there. I was like, what's happening here? Club Brugge are 27th, 1 point off the top 24, so have to win this evening, and they are doing that. Marseille should make the top 24, bar a defeat and many, many results not going their way. Hey, they're losing. Arsenal 1, Kairat 0. Athletic Club 1, Sporting 0. Barca 0, Copenhagen 1. Club Brugge 1, Marseille 0. Quaku, were you telling us that Haaland missed it? Oh, goodness me. Have a look here, Quaku. In the Napoli-Chelsea game, Sanchez, the ball gets played back to Sanchez, tries to clear it up the pitch. It smashes. Is that Scott McTominay? Yeah, McTominay. And it could go absolutely anywhere. Unfortunately, for Robert Sanchez, it doesn't go into the back of the net.
Yeah, no, that was very, very fortunate. Sorry, I was...
Oh, by the way, Kairat have equalised against Arsenal.
Look at that.
Yeah. Arsenal 1, Kairat 1. There we go.
There's too much to concentrate on.
So much.
There's so much. Top right-hand corner. That's what I'm looking at. Chelsea.
How they started, Quaku?
It's been a shaky start. PSG!
Come on!
You've just scored.
Come on!
Vitinha, the goal scorer. It didn't take long, Lee Davey. Talk us through the goal. PSG 1, Newcastle 0.
Yeah, PSG just nice simple build-up from the back. Plays it out wide to Kvaratskhelia. Plays it inside. Acres of space Vitinha finds himself in, and when you give him that much space, seems like the back line of Newcastle backed off, and he's just absolutely curled it into the bottom corner. I mean, he's one of the best in the world, isn't he? What he does is such an elegant footballer. And
as if he was at Wolves on loan.
Oh, no.
Yeah. No, he barely played for them either.
I mean, a bit of relief there for Dembele, but a cracking start here for...
Oh, it's such a lovely finish, Lee, isn't it? When he gets that ball outside the box, his first touch, it's so nonchalant.
I mean, where's the midfield? Genuinely, where is the midfield?
I mean...
Where are they? Where are the midfield? God, well, Tonali's nowhere. Gio Ramsey's nowhere. The back three are too deep.
Tries to block.
Yeah, Lewis Hall slips as he goes to block. It's a great finish, but
it comes into him, takes one touch, and then Lewis Hall comes in to try and make a tackle, and he opens up his body for Vitinha, and then curls the ball into the bottom corner. It's a lovely finish. PSG 1, Newcastle 0. Just to dot the I across the T's, it was almost a dream start for Spurs as Simmons slots in. The flag went up for an offside by Wilson Odeber. So there was an offside in the build-up. That's why that Spurs goal didn't stand. So PSG 1, Newcastle 0. Vitinha, the goal scorer there. And of course, that's going to have massive ramifications for Newcastle and their bid to finish inside of the top 8. Should I do the first live top 8 league table update, or am I going too early on that one?
I'll do it.
It doesn't look good for you, Jack, because you've
we're
down
11th.
to, yeah, you're 11th. Oh, there you go. Sorry. Down to
I've got it here as well.
No. PSG go up to third in the table.
What?
It would actually be Man City at the moment who would benefit most, because Sporting and Barcelona 9th and 10th are losing. PSG are losing. So City, as things stand, very, very early on, are currently inside of the top 8. PSG 1, Newcastle 0. And not the best of starts for Liverpool at Anfield. Karabag just had a half of an opening. Right winger gets played through down the right-hand side. Haaland's through! And will score for Manchester City. 10 minutes gone. Man City 1, Galatasaray 0. Erling Haaland, who by his really, really high standards has had a disappointing couple of weeks, hasn't he? He got played through on goal. He had acres of space to run into. The goalkeeper comes out. Can he keep his composure? Can he stay calm? You bet he can. He just dinks the ball over the goalkeeper into the back of the net. It's a lovely, wonderful, composed finish, and it's the perfect start for Man City. Jeremy Doku comes in field, and you know what? He plays a beautiful ball to Erling Haaland. Timed his run to perfection. First touch is great, and I love that finish, Kwaku. The goalkeeper comes out. He knows he's going to go down. He waits for him to go down, and he just lifts the ball over the goalkeeper.
Yeah, you don't really see those goals too often in football anymore, because goalkeepers are pretty off their line pretty quickly. You don't really see strikers one-on-one with the goalkeeper, so they're not in that position too often. But he found himself with a lot of time, and he dinked over the goalkeeper. And it's a great goal from a player that's been a little bit out of form in recent weeks.
Redeemed himself as well, because he missed an absolute sitter, didn't he? Early on that header. He was about 6 yards out?
Yeah, it was a great cross from Nate Nori on the left-hand side, and he was totally free in the area, and he just missed it. You can see, though, he celebrated that goal with vigour, because he's needed that, and City have needed him to score goals as well.
Chances for Chelsea. Kwaku. There is a header.
Newcastle as well. Sorry, for PSG.
What happened, Lee?
I just got the end of it. It was a save from Pope, had to make a save. I was just skimming across from the Chelsea. Here we go. We're going to see a replay. Zaire Emery. It's Dembele.
Great save.
And it's a nice, strong hand there to palm away from Pope. So
I can't believe that penalty stave meant nothing.
No, the thing about it, Jack, do you know
5 minutes later,
what's been really evident in this first 11 minutes at the Parc des Princes? Bruno Guimaraes.
Well, we'll miss
a huge hole in that Newcastle midfield.
It's the whole midfield. Like, look, there's only two of them trying to cover the same space as for three.
So evident.
Look how empty the midfield is. It's just.
I mean,
Jack,
we were talking, Jack, off air as well. We was talking about Joe Linton, because everyone's talking about Bruno Guimaraes being missing, but Joe Linton's a big miss. Not because he's particularly, a flashy player, but he's such a presence.
Yeah,
such a menace.
We could do with him in the game
physical.
Like this. Definitely, to actually get stuck into these PSG midfielders. But no, instead, look, the PSG is knocking it around us. This is a different PSG team to the one that we took 4 points off of a couple of seasons.
Absolutely.
So different.
Yeah.
But we're not as good either, I don't think.
Sporting have equalised against Athletic Club. Again, Sporting are one of 5 teams on 13 points. They went one down to Athletic Club. They've equalised. Athletic Club 1, Sporting 1. Club Brugge have just scored a second goal home to Marseille. That'd be a big result for Club Brugge. They're 27th, 1 point off the top 24. So have to win this evening. As things stand, they will be inside of the top 24. And it's by Leverkusen 1, Villarreal 0. Villarreal are 35th, 1 point, and they are out. Leverkusen are 20th. They can't come top 8. And again, a victory will just guarantee them a place inside of the top 24. So again, results involving latest scores involving the English teams. Arsenal 1, Kairat 1, Liverpool 0, Karabag 0. Chance for Gakpo at the back post. He just goes wide. Ekitike hit the post a short while ago. PSG lead Newcastle by a goal to 0. A lovely finish from Vitinha. Napoli 0, Chelsea 0. Erling Haaland's given Man City the lead at home to Galatasaray. Frankfurt 0, Spurs 0. Spurs have actually started really, really well in Germany, having lots of possession. They had a goal disallowed early on for an offside, and they're actually playing some really nice football. Pap Sarr's got the ball now into Xavi Simons, who has looked really good in the Champions League. Kwaku, what's the latest in the Napoli-Chelsea game?
Yes, Chelsea are starting to get on the ball and starting to knock it about in and around the Napoli area. I know people have got the criticisms of Joao Pedro because he's not a number 9, but I think he's very important to what Chelsea do. The ball sticks with him. He makes the right pass a lot of the time. Maybe he doesn't make the runs into the box that you'd want from your striker, but so far this evening he's been Chelsea's best player, just connecting the attack and the midfield.
He's a really intelligent footballer.
Yeah,
Joao Pedro. I feel like he finds space well and also finds his teammates really well. So I think he is probably number 10 though, rather than a striker.
Yeah, well, he says if Cole Palmer's playing, he wants to play as number 9.
Fair.
If Cole Palmer's
That makes
playing,
sense.
He wants to be number 10.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Jack, how have Newcastle responded to going and goal down in Paris?
Hopelessly. We've barely had the ball. We've finally got the ball now. We might be able to expose the back line a little bit, but this is the problem with Newcastle at the moment against these teams who are better than us. We're not even really competing with them anymore, really, to be honest. It's been a shame.
Shots here! Oh, my... that should have been better.
There's a cross on the left-hand side. The goalkeeper just
I don't want the keeper
looked
done
like
there.
he wasn't dealing with it. Yeah, the ball was in the air for a long, long time. He was backpedaling.
What was
and
the
then he
keeper
just
doing
basically
there?
pushed it out. Was that to Lewis Mine?
Yeah.
Who inside the box, if
You know
it was
what?
on his
He
left
should
foot,
pass it at Ramsey.
He tried to go with his left foot, and I think you're right there.
He should pass it at Ramsey.
I think the pass was on there.
Look, the ball's bouncing. It's on his unfavoured left foot. Just leave it at Ramsey on the edge of the box. Let him have a dig.
Yeah, goal at Anfield. Liverpool take the lead against Qarabag and Liverpool 1, Qarabag 0. Alexis McAllister, the goal scorer. Corner gets whipped in from the left-hand side, flicked onto the near post. And I think it's McAllister at the back post from close range who heads home into the back of the net. So Liverpool 1, Qarabag 0. As PSG come through down the right-hand side and the ball into the box is a poor one. So Liverpool, who started 4th on 15 points. So win for Liverpool would guarantee them a place in the top 8. Results elsewhere would be irrelevant. Liverpool lead Qarabag by a goal to 0. Alexis McAllister, the goal scorer. It's a really good corner that gets whipped in. It's Ekitike who flicks it onto the near post. It comes to McAllister at the back post, cleared off the line, but the ball actually passed the goal line. Liverpool 1, Qarabag 0. Kai Havertz scored for Arsenal. Arsenal 2, Kairat 1. Kai Havertz, who we know has had a really difficult and challenging couple of months with injuries, back for Arsenal and back scoring. How important, Quaker, could he be for Arsenal towards his back end of the season?
Yeah, huge. I think that we know about the struggles of Victor Gyökeres and Kai Havertz is versatile. I think he was bought originally to play as a number 8. I think they found out that he was better as a false 9 and offers that physicality, but also that deftness of touch as well. And I think when Arsenal were firing last season, Kai Havertz was their main man up top, or maybe the season before last. So yeah, I think him being available to Arteta is huge for their squad.
It's a really, really nice finish as well. On the right hand side, comes into the box, cuts in field. Watching it there, Lee, he takes that goal really well, doesn't he? He hits that with good. I'm not sure what the goalkeeper's doing. To be fair,
it
might take a deflection.
Yeah, but it's a nice finish. Great for his confidence as well. Good to have him back scoring goals again.
Yeah, absolutely. Is that a goal there for Atletico Madrid at home to Bodo Glimt? I think it might be. I'll confirm that in a second. So Liverpool 1, Qarabag 0, Arsenal 2, Cairo 1. Kai Havertz scoring the goal there. What are you moaning about now, Jack?
No.
Quaker, sorry.
There was a free kick from Chelsea, Reece James. I don't know if he's referee given the penalty. For Chelsea, he has. He has given the penalty. It hits one of the Napoli defenders on the arm, and referee's pointed to the spot. Lovely stuff. He booked the player as well. And this is a chance for Chelsea to go 1-0 up away at Napoli. Lovely stuff.
Yeah, as he whips in that free kick, Reece James, Napoli plays left arm, does again come out away from his body, almost extended.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
You don't need to do that.
No, it's silly. And again, when that left hand or right arm, whatever it is, comes out, you're asking for it. And again, it moved away from his body, not a natural position. And goodness me, what an opportunity. What an opportunity this could be. But wait, Atletico Madrid are leading Bodo Glimt by a goal to 0. Atletico Madrid, who started on 13 points, level with 8th place Chelsea, are leading by a goal to 0, which makes this penalty for Chelsea even more important. Liverpool are leading, Man City are leading, Arsenal are leading, Newcastle are losing 1-0 at PSG. Can Chelsea take the lead against Napoli? Enzo Fernandez has the ball on the spot. Quaker, what a big moment this would be.
Huge. Absolutely huge. Especially because of the way the other results are going. This would be massive for Chelsea to take the lead and be able to control the game from here. We don't want
Fancy him here?
Enzo Fernandez, I expect him to score. Yeah, he's going to score this.
Oh, really?
He's going to do the weekend penalty.
Yeah, he's taken enough penalties this season. The absence of Cole Palmer, he's our penalty taken. He's got a very good record, so I would be very shocked if he misses this one.
All right, here we go. It is going to be Enzo Fernandez. Are we going to see a stuttered run-up, perhaps?
Argentinian scoring at the Maradona.
Yeah,
There we go. Has to be, right? The refs love to take their time, don't they, on this? Enzo Fernandez steps up and scores. The goalkeeper goes the right way, but that is a really good penalty hit with pace and power, whipped towards the goalkeeper's right-hand side, and Enzo Fernandez goes and celebrates with those travelling Chelsea fans up in the gods. And Kwaku Afari, what a start for Chelsea.
Huge start. And if you talk to most Chelsea fans, they're confident about winning this game, partly because
You were, weren't you?
Napoli have not been in the greatest form, and just because this Chelsea group, as young as they are and as inexperienced as they are, when we've had must-win situations, not just this season but last season, they've managed to come good. And so, yeah, it's a good start. Obviously, you need to manage the game from here, but it's looking good for Chelsea so far. We've got Bob Man City in the live table.
And also on the live table as well, interesting now, Tottenham Hotspur, drawing away at Frankfurt, are outside of the top 8. Liverpool 3rd, PSG 4 beating Newcastle, Madrid 5th, Chelsea and City go 6th and 7th, both winning this evening. Atletico Madrid, courtesy of their victory as things stand at the moment, go to 8th place. So Tottenham Hotspur, drawing away at Frankfurt, dominating play, are on 15 points and outside of that top 8. Tottenham have got to win this evening. Newcastle dropped down to 12th in the table, losing away at PSG. Go on, Lee.
What's he been booked for there?
Booked.
How's he been booked for that?
Booked, but it seems really hard.
He wins the ball.
Challenge on Kvaratskhelia. I don't know if there's some.
Oh my!
I'm not sure if there's some kind of follow through, but
there's no follow through.
No. There's a little bit on his ankle, but
that is nothing.
Kvaratskhelia
That
down.
is absolutely
in
nothing.
Pain. He's been booked. Marquinhos has surrounded the referee. I don't know if he's asking for to take a look at it, but. Again, it looks quite innocuous.
It's not even a foul.
Yeah, it's
not even a foul.
I do think Kvaratskhelia is hurt though. Because Doué's warming up.
I think he's hurt.
Yeah,
but it's not a foul.
Okay, so look at the follow through with Alanga's left leg. Look at the follow through at the back. I don't think it's a booking, but I can understand why.
His knee's tucked in. He barely touches him.
Yeah.
No.
Away.
No.
Yeah,
Nonsense.
Fair enough.
A second goal for Liverpool at home to Karablag. Florian Wirtz is the goal scorer. Just what the doctor ordered for Liverpool, who had fate in their own hands this evening, starting 4th in the table on 15 points. Of victory for Liverpool this evening guarantees them a place in the last 16 and no worry about a playoff. It comes down the left-hand side. The ball gets played into Hugo Ekitike, who takes a really, really good first touch. Nice bit of skill to get past his man. Carries the ball. A good, powerful run. Flicks it into Florian Wirtz, and it's a really nice composed finish. Whips it past the goalkeeper. Good build-up play there from Ekitike. Strength, power, a little bit of quality. And once again, Florian Wirtz is slowly but surely is taking his time, is getting back to his best now, getting to his best.
I think him and Ekitike are starting to show signs that they're learning each other's game.
That's a really nice composed finish there from Ekitike. Takes the ball edge of the box, gives the goalkeepers the eyes, whips it towards the near post. So Liverpool move up to 3rd then in the as it stands league table on 18 points and would be straight through to the last 16. We have got good players, Quake. We've had good players all season, but it's been hard work. It's been a massive, massive struggle.
Yeah, it has. But I just look at Wirtz, I look at Ekitike, and the best teams in the world will wish to have players like that. And I think if, again, Kvaratskhelia looks like in serious trouble.
Do you feel a bit bad now, mate?
No, I don't. I don't, 'cause it's still not a yellow card. You don't get booked because it's an injury. That's the thing. You don't get booked because it's a bad injury. It wasn't a foul.
Now, let's just have a little bit of respect for the injured player, shall we? Because he's going off. And
he is. And I hope he's fine. But it wasn't a foul.
Well, it's not the worst replacement to bring on a goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Who scored 2 in the Champions League final.
Oh, no, they are. Yeah. Boo-hoo.
It's good to know, Joe, keeping your emotions attached to the
It's going to doesn't matter, really.
Are you doing the paper and the sports box?
Annoyed? I am, yeah.
There we go, good lad. Kvaratskhelia is coming up. Yeah, it's not a bad replacement. Jeremy Doku has a shot from outside the box. I tell you what, Spurs, Archie Gray, can he get a shot away?
Take a shot.
Oh, what an effort.
That then come back to Sarr, whose shot goes high and wide.
Quaku,
Spurs are all over Frankfurt here.
They are. Chelsea are under pressure against Napoli. Napoli have been applying the pressure for the last 5 minutes. Ever since Chelsea scored, really, that's offside. Put flag up.
Miles offside.
It was
miles offside.
But yeah, Chelsea need to weather the storm. Like I say, Champions League is about managing moments, and Chelsea will come under pressure. They're playing away from home, but just try and take the crowd out of it, and just try and take the sting out of the game a little bit, because we are facing a wave of attacks from Napoli.
Latest scores then in the Champions League. If you don't hear the game, it means that it's goalless. Arsenal 2, Kairat 1. Arsenal have won all 7 of their Champions League games this season by 2 or more goal margin. No team in the European Cup or Champions League history has ever won 8 in a row by 2 or more goals. Atletico Madrid are leading Bodo Glimt by a goal to 0 as things winning stand. They occupy the final top 8 spot. Barcelona are losing home to Copenhagen by a goal to nil. Bayer Leverkusen 1, Villarreal 0. Club Brugge are 2 up at home to Marseille. Liverpool 2, Karabakh 0. Goals from McAllister and Florian Wirtz, and early Erling Haaland goals giving Man City the lead at home to Galatasaray. Chelsea are 1 up away at Napoli. PSG 1, Newcastle 0. And it's Paphos 1, Slavia Prague 0 in that game. So as the lively table stands, I'll read you out the top 8. Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, PSG, Benfica, Chelsea, Man City, Atletico Madrid, Tottenham, despite them not losing, they're drawing away at Frankfurt, are currently outside of the top 8 because Atletico, City, Chelsea, PSG are all winning. But if they score, they will definitely be in the Champions League last day if they can win in Germany. Lee, is this overall with PSG, is there real belief this season that you can go back to back?
I think Luis Enrique will believe. He will play it down, of course. This is a team that he certainly tries to keep all of the pressure off their shoulders. And also remember, it's a team that have had very little rest over the summer period. But he knows that he fancies his team against anyone. When it gets to the knockout rounds, he says, his words, his team is one of the best in Europe when it comes to getting through these knockout games. It's about getting through this league phase, getting himself set up into a good position. Getting in that top 8 is pretty important, really. Missing those playoff games this year are going to be key because this team simply does not have it in their legs to fight on all fronts. They've surrendered the French Cup. If they can surrender the playoff round, that'll leave them in a great position to go full tilt for the rest of the season.
Well done.
Mo Salah it's just not clicking for Mo Salah at the moment. He got played in down the right hand side. He has so much space to run into. 2 players in the box. Will he cut? Have a look at this. He has so much time and space there. He can cut and shoot, or he can pick out one of Ekitike and Gakpo. In the end, he cuts in that left foot and almost just puts a cross into the box into absolutely nobody. And it's just not clicking for Mo Salah this season.
Not even like it's not clicking. That's the artist formerly known as Mo Salah. That is not the same man that we formerly knew. Like he's just, unfortunately, he's not an. Father time.
How is that a foul? What on earth? What on earth is this referee doing? How is that a foul? He just wins a 50-50. No, foul.
Jack, can you explain to our people watching talkSPORT Goals what happened, please?
Right, so ball played forward, Dewey puts his foot up, Burn puts his foot up as well. Burn wins the ball, and the referee gives a free kick to PSG, and now here they come on the counter-attack. Well done, Miley, done well. But what is that? That's not a foul. It's just not a foul. Like, in any world, that is not a foul.
Do you think some of the officiating's been a bit questionable?
I think it's been terrible so far. And some horrendous decisions. What is that? That is so annoying. Look, they're going to beat us anyway, but we can at least have the referee make some correct decisions and not give soft things like that, because that was not a foul.
Do you think Bruno Guimaraes is in a position to come off the bench if needed at the end? Or
well, I feel like look, if we're a draw, yes, because you could go on and win it. But if we're losing, it's a bit pointless bringing him on and just save him for the games coming up. We've qualified for the next round of the playoffs. It's fine. Let's see who we end up getting. We could still win, but with it 1-0, you never know. As I say, if it gets to a draw, I'd bring Bruno on. If not, I'd be thinking about other games coming up.
Napoli 0, Chelsea 1, Man City 1, Galatasaray 0. Tell you what, Spurs are drawing away at Frankfurt, but they are battering them. They had a goal disallowed in the opening couple of minutes. Oh, Galatasaray nearly played themselves through there. Another chance here for PSG, Lee. Oh, that's really, really good defending.
Well,
I guess Gordon Barnes off the bench on the counter attack would give you guys a chance. If as the game goes, if you can keep it 1-0. But again. Kwaku, a big chance for Pedro Neto.
Reece James plays an absolutely sublime ball over the top to Pedro Neto, who looks second favourite for the ball, but his pace takes him past the Napoli defender. He gets into the box and he just couldn't sort his feet out. The ball eventually falls to Joao Pedro, who tries to overhead kick it. It doesn't really work, and unfortunately kills the attack. But the ball over the top from Reece James was unbelievable. And this is a man that we're seeing playing in an unfamiliar position. Reece James is playing as a centre-back today. He's being given license to step into midfield and kind of orchestrate things for Chelsea. But I think we're now seeing the best of a Reece James who is fully fit and is versatile and is so important to the Chelsea team.
I just think good players, no matter what, can play in numerous positions, and Reece James is evidence of that. A right back, he's almost certainly England's starting right back. When you put him in midfield, think about that game against Arsenal.
Yeah.
He was
the talk was about Caicedo.
Oh, Man City got a second goal at home to Galatasaray. Big goal, big moments for Man City. It's Ryan Cherki. What a signing he's been this season. Sanchez makes a good save from a tight angle, but the ball gets played into Cherki, and from close range he sorts his feet out, keeps himself composed, and whips the ball into the back of the net. So Manchester City, who started the evening outside of the top 8, are now leading Galatasaray by 2-0, and the current live league table has Man City inside of the top 7, with Spurs not winning and Newcastle losing. Man City go into the top 8 with Atletico Madrid. Both those sides started outside of the top 8, and you're right there, Jack. Who was out trying to start from distance? Odegaard had a shot.
He's been quite good in recent weeks, to be fair.
If Spurs were to score, we would have 5 of the 6 English teams inside of the top 8. If Spurs were to score, that's a really nice Gook and post finish there from Ryan Cherki. How good of a player, Jack, do you think he's been this season?
Cherki, I absolutely love him because he's one of these like free footballers, like a pure baller. Really, I was getting another soft decision there, but Cherki, what I don't want to see happen. What I don't want to see happen is what happened to Grealish, whereby we see him restricted and kept in.
Oh, Spurs not scored! Xavi Simons is a couple of yards out, and the goalkeeper makes a really good save. I think he tries to lift the ball over the goalkeeper, who goes down to try and smother him, and the keeper saves it. By the way, Spurs are absolutely hammering Frankfurt here. Another chance now. Ball comes into the box. Spurs still keep it alive. Spence at the back post. They keep it away. Spurs hit the post. And then Xavi Simons misses a 1-on-1 from close range. Spurs are absolutely hammering Frankfurt. But as things stand, with them drawing, they are outside of the top 8. Conan Moani gets the ball in the box. It falls for Xavi Simons, who tries to lift the ball over the goalkeeper.
Oh my, what's the keeper doing there?
Here, chance here, Voltemada, Jack, for Newcastle. Voltemada outside of the box. He gets played to the left-hand side.
Come on, just get a cross in. Get in. Oh, well, oh, man, you got to throw yourself at it.
Harsh.
No, it is harsh. You still got to throw yourself at it. You still got to throw yourself at it.
I don't know what he wanted him to do.
Just throw himself at it.
He wouldn't have got that.
No, I know, but
more chance of you throwing yourself at it and getting.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Look at the.
Look.
What do you want?
No.
Come on.
Put your head in it. I don't know. I'm not going to blame him for it, but...
do you want to hear the least surprising news of the evening? Kylian Mbappe has scored for Real Madrid. Benfica 0, Real Madrid 0. Real Madrid started inside the top 8 in third place on 15 points. And yeah, win for them guarantees them a place inside of the last 8. Each of Real Madrid's last 4 defeats in the Champions League have been against English sides, twice against Arsenal, Liverpool and Manchester City. Of course, Benfica, managed by...
Mourinho.
My brain stopped working, sorry.
You know, I wasn't sure, that's why I asked you. I was like, I knew it was Jose Mourinho.
He's come to the bridge already. So
I wanted to double check. Jose Mourinho up against his former side. Benfica outside of the top 24 by 2 points, and must win, but they're losing by a goal to 0. Athletic Club, by the way, 2, Sporting 1. So Sporting, again, one of 5 teams outside of the top 8 on goal difference, are losing now away at Athletic Club. Athletic Club 2, Sporting 1. Barcelona's an interesting score, really interesting score to take a look at, because Barca, who are at home to Copenhagen, are still losing by a goal to 0. So again, a reminder of the top 8 as things stand. It's Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, PSG, Real Madrid, Chelsea, City and Atletico Madrid. Tottenham Hotspur, drawing away from home, are outside of the top 8 at the moment. They need to win in Frankfurt. Atletico Madrid, who are winning that game by a goal to 0, are inside of the top 8. Quaker, Chelsea had to absorb a little bit of pressure over the last 10 or 15 minutes.
We have, and I want to give big credit to... let me not speak too early. to our centre-backs, who they've had to absorb a lot of pressure, and they're both probably a little bit undersized in Reece James and Wesley Fofana, both players who struggled with injuries. Oh my goodness!
Wow. That was unbelievable.
Napoli won, Chelsea won. It'd been coming at the last 10 or 15 minutes. Chelsea have really had to absorb some pressure. And Napoli have equalised after 32 minutes. Quaker, I'm sorry, but was that commentator's curse from yourself there?
No, I should have started talking. Oh, that's a good goal.
That was unbelievable, the turn.
It was a Maradona.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, man.
Vergara's the goal scorer, the number 26. And Napoli have equalised against Chelsea. And, of course, that's going to have huge ramifications for Chelsea in their bid to finish inside the top 8. Napoli in the last 10 or 15 minutes have been playing some decent football. Ball comes forward to the big centre forward, Rasmus Højlund. His first touch isn't a good one. Is that Andre Santos, who tries to come away and he clears it. But then Napoli win it back. It falls to Vergara outside the box. Caicedo tries to make a tackle. He set an unbelievable turn off Fofana, and he strikes into the bottom corner. But Lee, that's some turn, isn't it?
Oh, as beautiful as Sofia Vergara. I mean, that was fantastic. Wasn't it? That was incredible. What a goal that is. And this is a player who was playing in Serie B not long ago. So this is, for him, this welcome to the Champions League. Welcome to the top tier of European football. He's just announced himself.
And you know what?
As players doing that.
As the live league table stands, Chelsea come out of the top 8 and Tottenham go into the top 8. Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 0, and it's Napoli 1, Chelsea 1. So the real movers and shakers, the top 5 are as it was of Arsenal, Bayern, Real Madrid, Liverpool and PSG. Man City winning 2-0, go up to 6th. Atleti winning 1-0, up to 7th. Spurs are just about clinging on to the top 8 at the moment, drawing away at Frankfurt. But Chelsea drop out, drawing against Napoli. Atalanta are drawing, Newcastle losing, and Barcelona and Sporting, who both started on 13 points level with 8th place, are both losing their games. Barca 1-0 down and Sporting 2-1 down. Can Tottenham Hotspur get a goal against Frankfurt? I mean, Jack, we're watching many games at the same time, but every time I'm watching Frankfurt got 11 on the edge of the box.
I've not seen the ball in the other half of the field.
They're definitely going to lose this game 1-0 now, aren't they, Spurs, by the way?
By the way, when you Frankfurt were bad, but if they're getting dominated by this Tottenham team, how bad are they actually? I mean, genuinely, it's unbelievable.
Lee, how bad
out of their box.
Pretty bad.
Well, they've been out of their box. It's insane. They're at home. They can't get out of their box.
Phil Foden's coming up from Man City.
Jeremy Doku's gone. That's a nice substitute, isn't it?
It's not bad, is it? Bring on.
Yeah.
And it's good to see as well, Quaku. I think I've been impressed by Xavi Simons. Look, again, on the ball here, trying to make things happen. Looks like he's really, again, I know this is a European game, not a Premier League game, but Lee, is he someone that's just needed a little bit of time to settle?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice. Come on, let's go.
Lee, you just have to keep talking through him.
You do. Sorry,
if we stopped every time he made a noise, no one would say anything. You know what I mean?
No,
him oohing for 2. I'm not against that, by the way, but people at home might be. Lee.
Sorry.
Can you
ask me the question again?
I think I said something about Xavi Simons starting to be good again.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I kept a very close eye on him when he was at PSG. He came with a huge reputation. Didn't work out from there. Was excellent at Leipzig. And it's been a slow start. And I don't think, to begin with, Thomas Frank really knew where to use him or how to use him. But now he's really coming into his own. And he's against familiar opposition, of course. He spent, a few years playing in the Bundesliga where he was really, really dominant. So, yeah, it's great to see him because he's got talent. And, it's great to see him kind of perk up a little bit and start to show a little bit of who he really is.
Atletico Madrid as an equaliser for Bodo Glimt away at Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid 1, Bodo Glimt 1. So we're going to mention the 5... Sorry?
Chelsea back in.
Yeah, so I'm going to mention the 5 teams that started outside of the top 8, all on 13 points, same as 8th, 7th and 6th. Barca are losing. Sporting are losing. Atletico Madrid and Atalanta are drawing. The only team that are winning outside of that immediate top 8 are Manchester City. So Man City are flying up the table. Quaku, as you rightly say, that victory at the moment puts Chelsea back inside of the top 8, drawing away at Napoli. So again, as things stand, if the night ended like this, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, Spurs and Chelsea would all go straight through to the last 16. Jack, you're letting the team down here, fella.
Well, I'm not really surprised. But anyway, in terms of... I'm looking at the table because this is interesting. And at the moment... Juventus, Inter Milan and Dortmund are all in the position whereby if they win, they'll actually come into the top. They'll move.
Yeah, and do you know what? So I'll be honest with you. I said Inter and Juve started on 12 points.
Yeah,
I thought even if they won and got to 15.
Now.
Oh, and Benfica 1, Real Madrid 1, and Gabriel Martinelli has just scored for Arsenal. Arsenal 3, Kairat 1. So yeah, you're right, by the way, mate, in the sense of you're spot on in terms of Inter. And Juventus, who both started on 12 points. If one of those two sides was to score and take the lead in their game, you're right, they would jump up 5 or 6 places inside of the top 8. What was that about, Quaku Afari?
I think PSG should have scored, no, Lee?
Yeah, the ball, nice bit of skill out there. on the wing. Nice ball, beautiful.
It's an unbelievable
outside the football.
what a cross.
Just fell to the wrong player. It comes from Doué. Just fell to the wrong player. William Pacho, centre back, not renowned for his finishing. Just scuffed it. Leaning back, of course. It's flew over the bar, but a real great opportunity there.
It could be about 4-0. Like, it really could. We've been absolutely battered.
Well,
this is the difference between a good team, which Newcastle are, a good team, and one of the best teams in the world. Like, we're not... You can see what the plan is, but we can't get there. Like, all the players are too late to getting to every single player that they need to be marking. Whenever we get the ball, we're not really doing enough with it. I get the game plan. It's not working at the moment. I don't know... As long as it stays 1-0, you're still in it. So
absolutely.
We've not had a chance.
PSG have been very, very wasteful the last few weeks. So all I'm going to say is, whilst it's still 1-0, and there's always that chance of a lapse or something silly, Newcastle are still well in this, and they've got some weapons to come off the bench. In the second half.
There is.
So, So this is far from done.
Yeah, that's the thing. A draw does no good for either team. So both teams are going to have to go for it, essentially.
Which could make, if you do equalise, it would make that final.
Yeah, it would.
Possibly,
it would.
Possibly like pinball
Well,
stuff.
I think
really, really
if we did equalise, then you would expect then Bruno Guimaraes to come on and other players
Gordon
to come on.
Barnes.
We've got a chance here, maybe.
Yeah, Yanti Langer got the ball for Newcastle, left-hand side.
Come on,
he's got a defender for company, tries to go down the line, comes off the defender, then comes back off Anthony Langer, goes out for a PSG throw. Quakey, was that another half a chance? It could have been half a chance there for Napoli.
Yeah. It's an open game, which is not what I expected from these two sides. I thought Conte will try and make it a bit of a stodgy game, but both teams have got their chances. It seems like it's who takes their chances. I'm really gutted at conceding that goal. I thought we'd be able to manage the game up until half time, and just conceding that, it applies a pressure. And as things stand, we are in the top 8, but I want things to be on our own hands. I want to kind of.
And again, for Napoli this evening, by the way, they started a place outside of the top 24, so it's a massive, massive night for them as well, and in their own respects. Again, a point could possibly be enough for Napoli to finish the evening inside of the top 24. In fact, at the moment,
26th.
They're not 24th. Yeah, they're 26th in the table because of results elsewhere. So again, Napoli, like Chelsea, need to win this evening to keep alive their Champions League spots. Confirmation: Gabriel Martinelli scored for Arsenal. Arsenal 3, Cairo 1. Benfica have equalised against Real Madrid. Benfica 1, Real Madrid 1. There was a possibility that Real Madrid didn't win this evening, and again, a host of the teams on 13 points won. They could have missed out on the top 8, but a lot of the teams on 13 are not winning. As things stand, they should be okay. We're approaching what we got. This flew by these first 41 minutes.
It really has.
Arsenal 3, Cairo 1. Liverpool. It's a comfortable night so far for them this evening, leading Cairo back.
A shot.
Oh,
the shot, man! It's just so scared having shots from outside the box.
I don't think the pass was the worst option, but I
just have a shot.
The pass was not good enough.
The pass was bad. The thing is, Jacob Ramsey's known for scoring from outside the box. Just have a dig.
Yeah.
Have a dig.
He's not PSG 1, Newcastle 0. Napoli have equalised against Chelsea 1-1. Man City, like Liverpool, are cruising 2-0 up at home to Galatasaray. As things stand, City started the day outside of the top 8, or inside of the top 8, and it's still Frankfurt 0. Tottenham 0. Spurs have been really impressive in this first half, but can't break down a Frankfurt team that are sitting pretty deep. Long throw into the ball here for Newcastle. Jack Danburn, Voldemort! Oh, it could have gone in. Danburn won the header at the near post, and you just thought it could have easily fallen to Voldemort.
It just didn't drop, did it? It just didn't drop at all. And then
weirdly,
the second one,
Jack,
there was no one in the middle of the 6-yard box.
Weirdly, there was a half a chance for Newcastle, but you remain calm, which was
because
weird.
because to be honest,
you go crazy about throwing on the halfway line, but when by the way, sorry.
That's a handball, no?
Also, can I just say, Jack, I said that didn't fall for Voldemort.
Yeah, it did.
It did fall for him. He just missed the header completely.
Is that not a handball on
That's the header.
It probably was. We won't get given with
it. That's steady.
Yeah.
Lee will sort you out outside. That was a header from close range.
With Lee.
I wouldn't if I was you. Jack, that was a massive chance. That was a free header from a couple of yards out, and he just completely missed the header.
Yeah, he just totally missed the header. And I did say when Voldemort had joined that he's not known for heading, and then of course he scored a header on his debut. He hasn't scored many he hasn't scored many since, to be fair. So he's having a struggle, Voldemort. It's
goal for Napoli! It had to be him, didn't it? That's a nasty laugh from you. We did say, didn't
I've got
we?
to take some enjoyment.
We don't get many things right in our green room, do we? But we did say that guy who didn't do very well in the Premier League for Man United is probably going to score this evening. And he takes his goal really well. It's a ball in from the left-hand side, and he makes a really, really good run. And then first-time finish left foot past Sanchez. Again, a big night for Napoli, who need to win to get inside of the top 24. Chelsea were one up. And Kwaku, he takes that goal really well, doesn't he, Rasmus Højlund?
He does. This is just not how you're supposed to manage games. This is not what you're supposed to do before half time. Yeah, it's the dagger of like conceding, but you take the draw and you take it into half time. But to concede a goal at this point, it's just poor from Chelsea. The ball comes in from the left-hand side, and Højlund takes the goal really well. It's something that we didn't see too much from him.
Good striker's finish. That makes a good run towards the near post. First time finish. I like. It's like the goal that Barry scored against Leeds. And I like the quick run towards the near post. That good movement, good finish. Kwaku, that takes Chelsea all the way down to 12th in the table, and you could be joining Newcastle.
We're back above them. Come on.
Doesn't mean too much.
No, it doesn't mean too much. I'll take it.
So again, it's Atletico that occupy the last choke. Spurs are up to 7th now. They started inside the top 8. Then they went outside of the top 8. But incredibly, so many of the teams that are vying for the top 8 are not winning. Spurs are not winning. Newcastle are not winning. Chelsea are not winning. Barca are not winning. Sporting are not winning. Atletico Madrid are not winning. Atalanta are not winning. It's only of the teams that are going for it, PSG... and Man City are winning, which is absolutely remarkable. Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Go on. Oh, get up! Come on.
That's your favourite player, Neto. Ball in chance! Oh, he should score, Joao Pedro. Neto from the left-hand side gets across into the box. Joao Pedro's unmarked. He gets up, but he just didn't time his header well. Oh, should he do? Oh, I said, did he just go a little bit too early?
Too early. Frankfurt just hit the bar, by the way.
Frankfurt just hit the bar. I've not seen him.
It's insane. Larson hits the bar.
Yeah.
I think that this now will trigger Cole Palmer at half time for Andre Santos, I think. Potentially.
Enzo back. Yeah.
Paphos 1, Slavia Prague 1. Slavia Prague have equalised. Slavia Prague are just 3 points off the... have just got 3 points, apologies. They are out. Paphos are 30th on 6 points. They're 2 off the playoffs. So a win for Paphos could see them inside the top 24. And what a story that would be. We have got another Lewis Hall. Long throw into the box. PSG 1. Ball wins it!
Oh,
Tonali, the ball's still alive. The ball's still alive. Can Lewis Miley recycle it? Maybe cross it into the box? Is he going to go back? I think he's going to go back. Your best chances have both come from them long throws, haven't they?
It looks like there's actually an opportunity there from those long throws. They're not.
Well,
clearly can't deal with
Eddie Howe make changes at half time, given the fact
I don't think he make changes at half time. But we have been a lot better in the last 10 minutes. A lot better. Having the ball in dangerous positions. Ramsey's having a really good game. Lewis Hall is just an unbelievable footballer. He's so good. Got to be England's left back. No question about it for me. But yeah.
No question.
No question about it for me. No question about it. I'm sorry. He can do it all. He can literally do it all.
I don't think the resurgence of Luke Shaw under Michael Carrick will see him back in team.
2 games. 2 games.
Well, class is permanent, isn't it? Class is permanent.
Yeah, exactly. And Lewis Hall oozes class.
Oozes class.
Oozes class.
I'm in a bad mood because Chelsea losing.
Yeah, fair enough.
I like Lewis Hall.
I think Lewis Hall's got a cracking chance of being first.
So good. It's like having a midfielder at left back. He's amazing. Yeah. But he's been good in the last 10 minutes. It's been a lot better in the last 10 minutes. Initially, when they scored, and it looked like I thought we won for like a 4-0 defeat. We still could be, but at the moment it's been a little bit better.
We've got some half times coming into us then. Man City 2, Galatasaray 0. Fair play to City. They've done the job this evening so far. They've been pretty clinical. Do you not think Pep looks like the way he celebrates goals? He looks like he's got the bit between his teeth, doesn't he, Lee?
Yeah, absolutely. He's seemed a bit. He's relaxed, a more relaxed, calm person these days.
Come on, Josh!
Yes! Joe Willock scored for Newcastle.
Come on! Willock! Yes! We love it! We absolutely love it! Said those set pieces were causing problems to me there.
Come on, the Johnny boys! Back in it, mate!
Come on!
The two throw-ins before half-time caused PSG problems. This time, Tonali just launches a ball in the box from the halfway line. PSG win the first header, run back into the danger area, and then Joe Willock from a couple of yards out heads the ball into the back of the net. Jack, This is still alive. This is on for
alive, you know,
Newcastle.
it really is. And like, look, as I said, the last 10 minutes have been so much better.
Great
What a great header by Joe Willock. And Willock is a player who has had horrendous.
Dan Burn has won everything, by the way,
Dan Burn has
mate.
won everything in the air. That's been a really good decision by Eddie Howe to put Dan Burn in a back three going forward from that point of view, because he's won every single first contact. He just nods it back in the middle of the 6-yard box, and there's Willock arriving to head it in. And I'm so happy for him, because he was a player who was flying when Newcastle got in the Champions League. Absolutely brilliant, so important to us. And then he's had 2 horrendous Achilles injuries, lost all his pace, hasn't looked like the same player. So I'm really buzzing that Willock has got that goal. And we're back in it. We're back in it.
I told you about the William Hill epic boost. That came in, by the way, in the PSG
we're back in the
Newcastle
top
game.
8.
William Hill's epic boost in the PSG Newcastle game is both teams to score. It's now evens, boosted from 4 to 9. If you on that, it has come in. We have got half times then. I'm going to read you the English team scores at half time. Arsenal are top, are through, beating Kairat by 3 goals to 1. Elsewhere tonight, Frankfurt 0, Spurs 0, Liverpool 2, Karabag 0, Man City 2, Galatasaray 0, Napoli 2, Chelsea 1, and it's PSG 1, Newcastle 1. Let me then bring you up to speed with the live table. As things stand going into halftime, Arsenal are top, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Real Madrid. That's the top 4 before a ball was kicked. Man City winning up to 5th. Spurs are drawing 0-0, and they're still inside the top 8. PSG, Newcastle make up the top 8. If I'd have said to you at the start, by the way, that Newcastle and Spurs would both not be winning at half time and in the top 8, I wouldn't believe you. That's because lots of teams outside of the top 8 are not winning. The 5 teams that started on 13 points, level 8 place Chelsea before a ball was kicked. Barca are losing, Sporting are losing, Atletico Madrid and Atalanta are drawing, just City are winning, they go in the top 8, and the one team, the only change from the top 8 for a ball was kicked, the one change has been, is Chelsea out and Man City in. talkSPORT Goals is going to take a quick break. And I promise you, things are going to change very quickly in the second half. Before we get to that second half, by the way, oh my God, surely what story this would be.
This has been...
Benfica have got a penalty against Real Madrid. Real Madrid started the evening on 15 points. They would need a lot of other teams. They could still lose and get through here. Goal! Down the middle, Benfica 2, Real Madrid 1. So Real Madrid are going to go on to 14 points. So goodness me, Real Madrid on 14 points would only be in, would only be in, and 15 points, they'd only be in still by 1 point. So Real Madrid on 15 are losing. So again, that means if Atletico can score, if Atalanta can score, if Barca can get a couple, even the great Real Madrid could be in trouble. talkSPORT Goals is taking a quick break. Very good evening and welcome back to talkSPORT Goals. talkSPORT Goals is brought to you by the final one standing, which is new from... We'll keep punching the microphone tonight. It's the excitement, isn't it? Brought to you by final one standing, new from William Hill, was 18 plus, gambleaware.org. Now, of the top 8 that started the evening, which was Arsenal, Bayern, Madrid, Liverpool, Spurs, PSG, Newcastle, Chelsea, there's only actually one change to the top 8, and that's Chelsea are out and Man City are in. Chelsea are losing at Napoli. Man City are beating Galatasaray at home. That's the only change. So Spurs and Newcastle, who are both drawing their respective games, as things stand, are inside of the top 8. Again, the night started with Chelsea in 8th place on 13. 5 teams outside of the top 8, all on 13. Barca, Sporting, Atletico, Atalanta are all not winning this evening. So again, with Chelsea losing the top 8 and City winning, that is the only change of the top 8 so far. So again, confirmation, PSG 1, Newcastle 1, Newcastle equalising late in the first half, Napoli 2, Chelsea 1, Man City 2, Galatasaray 0, Liverpool 2, Karabag 0. Spurs should be ahead of Frankfurt, but are drawing 0-0. And Arsenal, who are home and through, top of the table. Arsenal 3, Karabag 1, Sam Ellard, Lee Davey, Kwesi Afari, and Geordie Jack in the studio. Lee, what did you make of the PSG Newcastle game? You're, of course, a big PSG fan.
Yeah, I think PSG controlled, certainly for first 30, 35 minutes. It just really one team bossed it. But as can often happen with this PSG team, they just kind of let the foot off the gas a little bit and it invites pressure. And with this Newcastle team, they've got so many weapons and they can score goals in so many different ways. And actually deservedly went in at half-time with that goal. I mean, it was pretty much the last touch of the half, wasn't it? I mean, talk about change of a team talk, but Eddie Howe will be absolutely delighted with the way Newcastle finished that second half, and a lovely goal from a lovely finish from Joe Willock, and as Jack was saying previously, you know, someone who's been through a lot and deserves his goal.
Is that something PSG struggle with? A couple of long throws, half chances of Newcastle. The goal comes from a long free kick in the box. Is that an area of vulnerability for PSG?
Yeah, because they don't face challenges like that in Ligue 1. That's not the way football's played, really, in Ligue 1. And obviously, we've seen it really become more prevalent in the Premier League this season. It sparked a lot of discussion, hasn't it? So yeah, this is something. But look, there's no set way to play football. There's loads of different weapons and loads of different ways. You've got to find a way. And I'm sure Luis Enrique would have done his homework, knowing that this is something that potentially Newcastle can do. And obviously, they've got a lot of big boys in that team, you know. They would have known about the threat of Dan Burn, particularly, you know, from set pieces and Nick Voltemada. But it was someone a lot, probably half their size, who actually scored the heavy goal in the end.
Willock's still pretty tall.
He just snuck into a really good area, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Danger, anticipated Burn winning that header.
Yeah.
Jack, briefly on Newcastle's performance. Look, not pretty, but my goodness me, you know, you had half a chance maybe getting into the top 8, but you're very much alive in this game.
Yeah, I was really worried about the first 35 minutes because it just seemed like it was way too easy for PSG. But then I felt like in the last 10 minutes you could see Tonali and Ramsey starting to find good pockets of space in and around the PSG midfield. Also, Willock and Elanga were like sort of coming narrow as well, and we were outnumbering PSG actually in midfield, which I wasn't expecting at all. And then from all of the set pieces we've had, before the goal, we had 2 long throws where Dan Burn wins the 2 flick-ons, and Voltemada probably should have got on the end of one of them. Yeah. So you can see that if we can get the ball down that end and get some set pieces into the box, then I think we're going to cause them some problems. But performance I was really happy with. I thought Lewis Hall was absolutely unbelievable, as he is most games. Botman and Chow have been rock solid at the back. They've stopped a few brilliant passes through. And Ramsey's had a really, really good game as well, which I'm really happy to see. So, again, a player who not played a lot, but whenever he has played, he's always looked neat and tidy, and it's exactly what he's done this evening. I don't think he's lost the ball yet, to be honest. He's having a really good game. So, I'm happy so far. Again, I wasn't happy 30, 35 minutes in.
Kwesi, what did you make of Chelsea's performance in Napoli, losing 2-1 at half-time?
Just show their inexperience, and like I mentioned, it's the youngest team in the youngest squad in the Champions League, and the clip went viral for Rosina talking about managing, and he needs to age some men in that dressing room because the management of the game was poor in that first half from Chelsea. And you understand the bit of adversity. Conceding that goal was a great goal from Napoli. Vergara scoring a great Maradona. But then manage the rest of the half and don't go into the halftime break down. And Chelsea did some good work in that first half, and it was all undone within a matter of 10, 15 minutes. So yeah, there's still so much to play for. Chelsea don't have to win to go through, and as things stand, if Chelsea get a goal, they will be going through, but the game is there for Chelsea. This is not a great Napoli side. I see some openings, and hopefully with us being down, it will trigger some changes. And I want to see Cole Palmer on at half time or on very shortly into the second half.
We've got some odds for you, halftime odds for you with very good friends at William Hill. Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea all to score second half, 11-8. Another bet. Real Madrid, Barca, Bayern and PSG all to score second half is 6-4. 18 plus, gambleaware.org, terms and conditions apply. We better take one more very quick break, and then when we come back, second half action in the Champions League is going to be a busy one. Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. It's brought to you by Final One, standing new from William Hill, 18 plus, gambleaware.org, terms and conditions apply. I hope Lee Phelps is watching at home tonight, Quaku. Hope our good friend at William Hill, Lee, is sat at home.
Sorry, will be.
You know, maybe he's got a game on the TV, maybe he's got us on his laptop, on his iPad, his iPhone.
He can't. He doesn't fancy it under lights on a Wednesday night. Does he?
He doesn't.
He doesn't. No,
I couldn't get this.
Stalk away Wednesday night.
Wednesday night.
I come to London on Tuesday.
Spurs have scored.
Oh, sorry, Lee Phelps. That's your fault. Spurs are leading away at Frankfurt by a 0-0. Xavi Simons standing over a free kick. On the left-hand side, he runs it short out to the left-hand side. It then gets played into the box. It then comes back to Xavi Simons on the left-hand side. He then whips the ball into the box. Romero heads it at the back post, back across the face of goal. And is that Colin Mawani, is it?
Colin Mawani scored an actual goal. Wow.
Hold on. Colin Mawani
He used
has
to play for
scored
Frankfurt.
against his He's only scored for Tottenham.
I know, yeah,
Former
against his former clubs.
Oh, yeah. That is a massive goal in the context of the Champions League because Spurs started inside the top 8. Tottenham Hotspur now move up to 4th in the league table. They're leading by a goal to nil. Kolo Muani scoring. And that means that Atletico, who were drawing, are now dropping
what a
out
tackle.
of the top 8. So again, confirmation of the top 8.
Sorry. Carry on.
It's Sam Ellard, Quaker Afari, Jack Cunningham, Lee Davey. Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Spurs, Man City, Real Madrid, PSG, Newcastle make up the top 8 at the moment. The English teams involved tonight. Arsenal leading Kairat by 3 goals to 1. Spurs leading away at Frankfurt by a goal to 0. Liverpool 2, Karabakh 0. Man City 2, Galatasaray 0. Napoli 2, Chelsea 1. PSG 1, Newcastle 1. Jack, what are you expecting from Newcastle this second half?
Well, I think, to be honest, it's going to have to be a case of trying to get some more set pieces because they couldn't deal with those long throws. It doesn't seem like they can deal with corners and balls into the box. So I think it's more about that. But we did have more control of the game in the last sort of 10 minutes of the first half. So it'd be nice to see a bit more of that. I'm expecting PSG to come flying out the trap. So I can't imagine Enrique was happy with the end to the first half. They've got a throw in, I think, by the looks of it. They wanted a free kick, but Nuno Mendes just did a horrendous dive. And the referee decided it wasn't a free kick, and it wasn't. It was a horrendous dive. You're not telling me that was not a dive. It was a dive. He threw himself over it.
So it wasn't a foul?
No. It wasn't given as a foul, and it wasn't a foul. So, yeah.
In terms of where we're at in terms of the league table, before a ball was kicked, 7 of the top 8 are the same. And you know what? In fact, I'm going to correct myself. This is absolutely remarkable, guys, because the only change from the top 8 at the moment is Man City in instead of Chelsea. 7 of the top 8 from a ball before a ball was kicked remains the same. With Chelsea losing, they started in 8th place. They've dropped out of the top 8. The 5 teams below, all on 13 points, that were level with Chelsea. Only 1 are winning, and that's Man City. So Man City go into the top 8 instead of Chelsea. Barca, Sporting, Atletico Madrid, and Atalanta are all not winning. Barcelona are losing at home to Copenhagen. I mean, most people thought they would just win that game and they would be one of the teams that would definitely come.
Thrash Copenhagen, to be fair, but
into the top 8, and 5 of the top 8 are all English at the moment. 5 of the top 8 Quaker are English.
I know.
That's incredible.
But no, my team's not. Come on, boys.
Oh, yeah, sorry, you're the one that... Jack, Newcastle.
I know.
Newcastle are in the top 8.
Somehow we are, yeah.
They couldn't, could they?
They can.
At the moment, they can.
Oh, they can. But at the moment, they are. So PSG 1, Newcastle 1, Napoli 2, Chelsea 1, Man City 2, Galatasaray 0, Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 1, Liverpool 2, Copenhagen 0, Arsenal 3, Kairat 1. As Napoli come forward on the attack, Rasmus Højlund was nearly played in there, but Chelsea managed to clear. Cole Palmer is on the bench. What a result this would be for Tottenham Hotspur, by the way. Away at Frankfurt, leading by a goal to nil. We know they're struggling in the league, but it would be some achievement for Thomas Frank and Tottenham Hotspur to get into that top 8 and go straight through to the last 16. Spurs were really impressive in that first half. They had the better chances, and it's Rando Kolo Muani who gave Spurs the lead. Christian Romero header back across the face of goal. Can Spurs hold on again? If Spurs win, they are through. No matter what happens below them, Tottenham Hotspur will be into the last 16 immediately. And Barcelona equalise against Copenhagen, and this could have big ramifications on the top 8. Barcelona 1, Copenhagen 1. As things stand for Barcelona, not enough to get them into the top 8, but it takes them up to 9th on 14 points. And I'm sorry to say, Geordie Jack, but if they do find a winner, then Barcelona will go above Newcastle. So again, Newcastle, PSG 7th on 14th, Newcastle 8th on 14th, then outside in 9th, 10th, 11th, Barca, Atletico, Atalanta, all our 14 points. So, Lee, from a PSG point of view, by the way, Mo Salah, is that Mo Salah scoring for Liverpool? I think it might be. Liverpool 3, Karabakh 0, and wow, something we haven't seen too much of over the past couple of months. Mo Salah with a smile on his face. Liverpool 3, Karabakh 0. It's a free kick just outside the box, and Mo Salah. Lovely goal. What a lovely finish out from Mo Salah. Dominic Szoboszlai just tees it off for Salah. He whips it goalkeeper side. Mo Salah, Liverpool legend, had an awful season, we know that, but hopefully, fingers crossed, this can be the start maybe of Mo Salah, maybe getting some confidence, finding some form. Liverpool 3, Karabakh 0. What?
What is he doing?
Go on, Tomato.
Why is there's no run?
In the Baltimore chance. Oh!
Oh,
Tonali.
Paris Saint-Germain
Go on,
did it.
hitting Lewis. Can they get a shot away? They can. Keeper spills it. Goodness.
I'm not sure about this keeper, by the way.
I'm not sure about any of them.
Yeah, this is poor from PSG. I don't know.
Where's the runners though? I just
Yeah,
said, where's the
no
runners?
runners, mate.
This is what we haven't done with Walter Marder. We haven't we don't know how to play with him yet. So when he comes in the ball, he brings it in, and then there's no one running off him. If you got runners off him there, we've got a one-on-one.
Yeah,
we've literally got a one-on-one.
Players literally meandering into the box,
we've got a one-on-one.
One thing I will say now, PSG look very nervous.
But Lee, before the Mo Salah goal, I was going to say PSG and Newcastle, 7th and 8th, have 14 points. 9th, 10th, 11th, Barca 14, Atleti 14, Atalanta 14, are all drawing at the moment. If two of those sides get a goal, PSG and Newcastle will both miss out on the top 8.
Yeah.
You guess possibly Barca and Atletico will win their games. So PSG have got to think, we need to win tonight. We can't rely on a draw and getting through.
Absolutely. And it goes back to the point I was saying earlier on. PSG don't have a lot in their legs. They could do without these playoff round games. They really could do without it, but they're making an absolute pig's ear of it because they won 4 of their first 5 league phase games. They should have been home and dry.
Yeah.
Absolutely should have been home and dry. But poor result at Athletic Club. And then last week, really, that defeat at Sporting, which was inexplicable. And now they're under pressure. Really under pressure.
Quake, you have Chelsea start the second half against Napoli. Napoli 2, Chelsea 1.
It's still an even game. I'm interested in the positions that Cole Palmer's taken up. He's playing quite deep, which is surprising. I'm trying to work out. It's quite a fluid formation at the moment, but we're getting on the ball, which we're not really penetrating. And I'm always worried about them coming the other way up. Our defence is not the strongest, and I'm worried about giving them chances. But yeah, it's been an okay start.
Liverpool cruising at home to Karabakh 3-0.
Oh, the Botman.
What happened there, Lee?
It was great. I mean, great pressing from, I think it was Belly to win the ball back, and he's played it forward towards Doué, who was on his heels. He was lucky he's not in great form anyway, but you can see here, Doué's just on another planet, really. And he's not anticipated that ball coming in. He's come off injured from it as well. It looks like a...
Oh, he's stood on Botman. I mean, it's accidental.
But I think it's an accidental.
Yeah.
It's
it's accidental.
and Botman slid into him, and it was an accidental. But
it'd be a
just a bit of a clash. A bit of a clash between the two of them. Which
I'm surprised the referee hasn't booked him though. Because after the Elanga one in the first half, it wasn't a foul.
All right, let it go, mate. Come on.
No, I won't.
If you get sent off, then you got a right to complain about it. But you've got Mo Salah for Liverpool inside the box. Can he get a shot away? No, he can't. So a couple of goals then in the second half. Big goal for Spurs, a massive goal for Spurs away at Frankfurt. Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 1. Orlando Colin scoring the goal for Tottenham that would guarantee them a place inside the last 16. A big goal for Barcelona, equalising against Copenhagen. Robert Lewandowski scored the goal. And a nice moment for Mo Salah, scoring a lovely free kick for Liverpool. Liverpool 3, Karabakh 0, Ajax 0, Olympiacos 1. Ajax are 32nd on 6 points, have to win and hope a host of teams above them drop points, but they are losing. Olympiacos start of the evening occupying the final playoff place in 24th, and they now lead away at Ajax by a goal to 0. And Paphos 2, Slavia Prague 1. Paphos started 30th, 2 points off the playoffs. They need to win and hope that a host of teams above them drop points to finish inside that top 24. What achievement that would be for Paphos if they can finish inside that top 24. At the moment, Paphos on 9 points, so they're going to need some teams above them to drop points if that's going to happen, and they finish inside of the top 24. Where are we going next then, guys? This really is on an absolute knife edge at the moment. Again, as things stand, PSG Newcastle drawing 1-1.
What cross!
Occupy the final 2 places in the top 8 on 14 points. But any goal for Barca, Atleti or Atalanta will take them into the top 8. So really, I mean, there's a possibility this could end with PSG Newcastle drawing and then both being in the top 8. But I have a feeling that Barca are going to beat Copenhagen, aren't they?
Yeah. Will turn it around.
Quaker, you look a worried man this evening, my friend, I have to say.
Man. This is just, it's just poor. It's just poor because we took a lead. It may be a little bit fortuitous that it was a handball and we scored a penalty, but I just expected a little bit more in terms of being able to manage the game.
Get there.
And now,
he's not going to get there.
PSG.
Yeah.
Don't let him have a shot.
Well done.
Oh, good defending there. Good last-ditch defending. That was an opening down
good
the
block
right-hand
again.
side.
Well done.
Lewis Hall there with another block, and big Dan Burn with the strong header, and Newcastle going to win a free kick. But Lee, that was half a chance there for Doué on the counter-attack.
It was, yeah, and the Doué of last season, he'd have probably put that in the top corner. He's just he's in really poor form at the moment. He's just. Yeah, look, he's allowed to go through that. He's a young player, he's just having a bit of a rough time at the moment, Desiree Doué, and looks a little bit out of sorts tonight. Hence the reason why he started the game on the bench. But yeah, I'm nervous. I'll be honest with you, I'm nervous. This PSG team look really shaky at the moment.
I think we've been the better team in the first 10 minutes.
I'd agree with you, Jack. I would agree with you. Newcastle know that they've got them against the ropes. Now, here's the thing. Eddie Howe would want to get through this without having to use Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah, he would, yeah.
And there's a chance that he might be able to rest him for the full game the way this is going. But he knows he's still got those weapons in Dan Burn. Sorry, not Dan Burn. He is a weapon.
Dan Burn has been Ekitike 1-1 with the goalkeeper for Liverpool in front of the cop. It's a lovely finish from Hugo Ekitike. He races through on goal. He's got an interesting new trim, a blonde top there, isn't it? He's going for it.
Interesting new trim.
He goes through on goal, 1-1 with the goalkeeper in front of the cop. He keeps his composure, slides the ball past the goalkeeper. And I'm trying to think of the last time that Liverpool won a game of football comfortably, scoring goals, playing free-flowing football.
Real Madrid.
Champions
League.
Champions League.
Chatted to someone earlier, and someone. I felt like it doesn't feel like it was this season that we beat. Lee, did you always think Hugo Ekitike was going to be a success at Liverpool?
I did, yeah. I felt it was a good. Again, he came to PSG at the wrong time when all the Galacticos were there. But watching him at Eintracht Frankfurt, you always knew there was a player in him.
Ball. Go on.
Newcastle are in here, Jack. Chance.
Goal this. Oh no! Offside. Might go to VAR.
Joe Willock got played in down the left-hand side. He goes 1-1 with the goalkeeper. He goes through the goalkeeper. Joe Willock thought he was onside. Has he just gone a little earlier? Oh, he's offside. That's
Put the flag up before and make us celebrate.
That's what they do now, Jack. That's what they do now.
Oh, way, man.
No,
so offside.
But again, going back to what Craig, you were saying, that weren't great goalkeeping, was it? Again,
The goalkeeper looks so suspect. He looks so suspect. He doesn't look confident in himself.
What ball by Lewis Hall, by the way?
Tell us about the goalkeeper, Lee, and the goalkeeper.
Yeah, he's Matvei Safonov. He was the number 2 to Donnarumma. They brought Chevalier in as well. Neither have really, blown anybody away by their performances. And the fans are so invested in Donnarumma. He went because it was over a salary. He wanted more money than the club's new salary system that they've got in place. And I think it was a difference of like £2 million anyway. They said, no, off you pop. He's gone to Man City, and now PSG are left with a couple of not great goalkeepers.
Yeah, it's insane to let one of the best keepers in the world.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, Mendes has done well there. Oh.
Mendes is chance here. Shot just goes wide. Jamal Musiala has given Bayern Munich the lead away at PSV. Bayern Munich are second on 18 points. They'll move on to 21 points. Bayern Munich have only won one of their 7 away games against Dutch opposition in the Champions League, but they are 1 up away at PSV. Anyone here think Bayern could win it this season, Quaker?
Yeah, they've got a great chance. They look like one of the best teams in Europe. But again, Bayern look like one of the best teams in Europe. And then when we saw them play against Arsenal turned
them.
No, yeah, it was pretty disappointing, wasn't it?
So it's just, but the Champions League, like Lee said, it's not really about this stage. It's not really about even the next stage. It's about the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and the final. That's when the best teams show up. And a team like a team like Real Madrid, for example, can easily turn up and win it. Well, they've got the quality and they've got the know-how as well. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. But Bayern look like one of the most impressive teams in this competition.
And Quaker, a double change for Chelsea. Gitters and Chalobah are coming on.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I'm not too sure about that.
Tell us why.
I'm just I would like to just put attacking players on. Again, I'm a simple man. I don't think Chalobah coming on at this stage. I get it for balance, but I don't really get that one. I need to see how they line up and see where everyone else goes. But
how's Gittins been since joining?
Better than Garnacho, but that doesn't say much.
I was going to say that. What's that saying? Really?
Yeah, so like Gittins with Gittins, I see the ability. With Garnacho, I think there's and Sam warned me on Garnacho. I don't see
in trouble there.
Oh, what a run that was, Lee.
Yeah, it's a good run. He's the only direct runner that PSG have got. He's quite an interesting profile because everybody else, you've got your Doués, you've got your Kvaratskhelia, the good players are skillful, but this is the one guy who'll run get in behind, use all of his pace. The only issue he has is finishing.
Atletico Madrid started on 13, leveled the top 8, are losing at home to Bodo Glimt.
Wow.
So again, that's one of the teams that could have gone above PSG or Newcastle with a victory. Atletico 1, Bodo Glimt 2. Jose Mourinho's going okay against his former side, Real Madrid. Benfica are now 3-1 up against Real Madrid. Benfica 3, Real Madrid 1. Real Madrid, as things stand, drop down. Oh, and there's a big goal as well because Barcelona have scored against Copenhagen. Liverpool have a 5th against Karabakh, but it's Barcelona 2, Copenhagen 1. Lamine.
Oh! Yes! Get in there! Joao Pedro, we are back in this. Come on. Come on.
Kwaku, before you tell us about that goal, with Barcelona scoring against Copenhagen, that means that Barca come into the top 8 and Newcastle drop out. Real Madrid are on 15 points. They're down to 7th, with Liverpool winning, Tottenham winning, Barcelona winning, Man City winning, all going to 16. Madrid are on 15 points. So if Chelsea can get a goal, if Newcastle can get a goal, possibly Atalanta, Real Madrid could be in trouble. Chelsea go to 14, drawing away at Napoli. Quaker, talk us through the goal.
Oh, the Joao Pedro with an absolute screamer from outside the box. The ball makes its way to him. He is a lovely turn. It's on his left foot about 25 yards out. You don't think he's going to shoot, and he just rifles it into the top corner. The keeper has no chance. Joao Pedro has had his detractors this season, but in terms of summer signings, there's not been too many better than him in Europe, and he's contributed again a big goal for Chelsea, and yeah, we're back in this now. Come on.
Sporting and Atletico Madrid are both losing. If they were winning, Real Madrid could be in big trouble. Genuinely. Again, Madrid are fortunate that, again, a lot of those chasing packs, Atalanta, Atletico, and Sporting, all not winning. They could have gone to 16 with a win in Madrid, could have found themselves in big trouble. Oh, but Sporting have just equalised. Sporting have equalised. So again, a Sporting goal, that could take PSG out of the top 8. And again, if Chelsea can score, if Atalanta can score, then even possibly Real Madrid, who are losing 3-1, could drop out of the top 8. Let me give you confirmation then of the top 8. Arsenal, Bayern are flying. Liverpool on 18 and 3rd. Spurs in 4th on 17. Barca are now in the top 8, 5th on 16. City 6th on 16. Madrid 7th on 15. PSG occupy the final top 8 place on 14 points. Newcastle just outside on 14. Chelsea have got 14. Sporting have got 14. Atalanta have got 14. All 4 of those sides on 14 are all drawing. Newcastle, Chelsea, Sporting, Atalanta are all drawing. If 2 of those sides were to get a goal, PSG and Real Madrid will drop out of the top 8.
Wow.
Atalanta are away to Union SG. Not Atletico Madrid. Sporting are away to Athletic Club. Chelsea are at Napoli, and we know Newcastle are at PSG. Kwaku, a huge 30 minutes for Chelsea at Napoli. What a big 30 minutes.
A huge 30 minutes for Chelsea. We've back level. We've done the hard part. I think Conte with a lead, I know it personally as him being our manager, it's difficult. So the fact that we managed to get that goal out of nowhere is huge. For Man City, by the way, Osimhen had a huge chance. It was a good save by Donnarumma. They're winning 2-0, but we know how fragile City have been this season. They cannot afford to let Galatasaray have a sniff of a chance in this. But as I say, they're about to score their 3rd goal. But yeah, it's all. Sam, I'm in a better mood now.
I can tell. Real Madrid have pulled a goal back, by the way, away at Benfica. So it's Benfica 3, Real Madrid 2. Confirmation, Liverpool are 5 up now against Karabakh. Alexis McAllister scoring the goal. Trincao scored the equaliser for Sporting away at Athletic Club. By Leverkusen 3, Villarreal 0. Who's coming on for Newcastle, Jack?
Barnes and Gordon. So Eddie is going for it. Yeah, he's going for it. He's obviously had a look, saying that we're 9th in the table at the moment, and decided that PSG are here for the taking, to be fair. And we have caused them problems. So I'm happy with this. Let's see who comes off. I would assume it might be Alanga would be one of them, and then I don't know who the one, because I'd be harsh to take Willock off, but
you could go to a midfield three.
We could change back to the strand of 4-3, maybe take a centre back off. But to be honest, the back three's worked mainly because of the fact that Dan Burn's causing so many problems in the opposition box. So we'll have to see.
This could be a really key switch.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah,
in this game. PSG's, you see how PSG's fullbacks, how they bum forward. They could really get caught here. PSG's midfield need to be very alert now here, because they're going to be full of energy in what is a tiring PSG backline.
Oh my goodness!
We've got plenty of goals going in the Champions League. So much is happening. That's another big goal in the Champions League race for the top 8. Because I mentioned that Sporting were one of the teams that could have got in. That's the Sporting equaliser there. Sorry, I thought they conceded a third goal. But it's Athletic 2, Sporting 2. That's Trincão's goal. So again, PSG occupying the final place in 8th on 14. There's 4 teams outside of the top 8 on 14. Newcastle, Chelsea, Sporting and Atalanta. Spurs, by the way, are just going about their business. Spurs knew starting the evening, not on 13 points, on 14 points. So if they won their game, no matter what happens elsewhere with all of these teams, they would be in straight through to the last 16. So Arsenal, Liverpool and Spurs, as things stand, are going straight through to the last 16. Man City also, by the way, I should say, are pretty much home and hosed anyway, because they're winning their game. Aren't they, Man City? They're currently 6th in the Live League table and would need a lot of results to change for them to drop out of that top 8, and they're improving their goal difference as well, up to a +6 now. And again, I said that 8th place would definitely have 16 points. It might be that way, but at the moment it's just 14. What's happening with PSG, Lee?
Yeah, ball in there to Dembele, from Mendes to Dembele. Picks him out of the front post, and he tries to take it first time, and it just goes the wrong side of the post, a few inches wide. But just Newcastle just been a little bit slack in the last few minutes, just giving the ball away sloppily on the edge of their area. But here's the 2 changes now. We've got Alanga and Willock, who's been brilliant tonight. Is coming off, but this is a whole new threat for Newcastle to have to deal with. Barnes, who's been scoring for fun certainly since the turn of the year, and Gordon, who's is
in the Champions
second top scorer in the Champions League.
So in the Champions League, if he scores tonight, he becomes Newcastle's joint all-time top Champions League goal scorer. Alan Shearer is which shows you how bad Newcastle have been in the Champions League, I think, more than anything, to be honest. But
two real threats here for PSG are going to come in. They've got to be very, very alert now in this last 22 minutes or so.
Kwaku, how have Chelsea got on since equalising away at Napoli?
Yeah, we're
very quiet tonight, mate, aren't you?
Oh man,
you're just in the zone, aren't you?
I just really
locked in
to win this game. Like I really want to win this game. But yeah, we're okay. We're okay. I'm still nervous of the attacking threat the Napoli pose, but we've got players on the pitch can change games. We've got Esteval on the pitch still. We've got Cole Palmer on the pitch. We've got Joao Pedro on the pitch. So yeah, I'm quietly optimistic that we can create another chance, about whether we take that chance. But yeah, this Chelsea team is. The vulnerabilities at the back have been there all season, and maybe the numbers don't reflect that in terms of the amount of goals that Chelsea concede, but it's the timing of the goals and the nature of the goals as well that Chelsea concede that just make you think this team's got a long way to go. But yeah, this is a night that anything can happen, Sam. There's so much going on, and there's so much information being fed, and managers can try and talk about how they're insulated from the noise and they don't know what's going on elsewhere, but they do. And I think that Chelsea just needs to make sure they take care of business, and hopefully the other results go away.
Barcelona have scored a third goal against Copenhagen. It's a Rafinha penalty. I mentioned a host of teams that were on 14 points. Wow, one of those is Atalanta. They're losing away at Union Saint-Gilloise by 1-0. So again, Atalanta were one of a few teams that could have gatecrashed the top 8 with a goal. They're losing at Union Saint-Gilloise by
they're losing. Wow.
Yeah, I said that 3 times, mate.
No. I'm just shocked because we went through them all. Because we went through them all and we were saying, they'll probably win there.
Yeah.
So,
I thought.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Sporting aren't winning, Atletico Madrid aren't winning, and Atlanta all aren't winning. I thought they were all going to win.
Yeah.
Barca 3, Copenhagen 1, Rafinha. I was only joking when I said that. I know you're in the zone, mate. And Ajax have equalised against Olympiacos. So again, the current live league table, nothing's changed in terms of that top 8. It's still Liverpool 3rd, Spurs 4th. Barca 5th, City 6th on 16. They all look okay at the moment. Madrid in 7th on 15. PSG is still clinging on in 8th place on 14. Newcastle around 14 in 9th. Chelsea 14, Sporting 14. You haven't really spoke much, to be fair, tonight about Inter and Juve, who started on 12, and I didn't really give them much of a chance. They're both drawing 0-0. Inter Dortmund away. Mate, you're absolutely right.
Massive opportunity.
Inter drawing a Dortmund away 0-0. Juve drawing away at Monaco 0-0. A goal for either of those sides. And they started 14th and 15th respectively. They would jump into the top 8. A massive, massive jump. So there really is so much to play for as we approach our final. What we got left on the clock? About 20 minutes left in the Champions League. Yeah.
Well done.
How have the substitutions impacted the game, if at all, Geordie Jack?
Not as of yet, but I think actually, to be fair, what we'll say is since we've come on, we've actually had a bit more of the ball, because in the last sort of 5 minutes before they came on, PSG was starting to get on top and sit on the edge of our box, although we've nearly just gifted them possession. Or we have gifted them possession now. But anyway, no, what was interesting looking at the table, though, is Barcelona have scored 21 goals. They now have a better goal difference than Chelsea as well, of 7. So Chelsea's goal difference is 6. But Newcastle at the moment are missing out on the top 8 by goals scored, and that's it. Same goal difference as PSG, but goals scored. So PSG have scored 21, Newcastle have scored 17. So that's how we're going to miss out at the moment if it all stands out.
Just in terms of race to get in the top 24, Benfica are beating Real Madrid, Bodo Glimt are beating Atletico Madrid, and Club Brugge are also winning this evening. They've all jumped from outside of the top 24 into the top 24, so plenty happening elsewhere. Marseille, by the way, Lee, are losing 2-0. They're 23rd on 9 points. So an Athletic Club goal, an Olympiacos goal could leave Marseille in trouble.
That would be wonderful. That would be really, really good. Yeah, that would be nice. But look, there's a long way to go. Marseille were 25th the last time I looked. That's how, and I think that was about 10 minutes ago. So, this changes so quickly.
Chelsea would play Marseille at the moment. Now, Chelsea or Newcastle, will play Marseille.
Take that all day
as
long.
Things stand with how the table works going into the
trip
playoff
to the
round.
Velodrome, potentially there.
Well, I mean, they weren't impressive, Marseille. The only reason Newcastle lost that game is because Nick Pope made a horrendous error, which then threw everything off, and then
winning in Marseille is not for everyone, is it, Jackie?
No, clearly not. No, but hopefully we get a go again.
You know that one.
Yeah, we might get a go again. Yeah. Why not?
I'll take Marseille all day long. All day long.
Hey, why don't you get
Derby.
why don't you get past Napoli first, mate, and then try and take it from there?
Mate, little trip to the south of France.
The other team, by the way, as things stand, have used to, would have to play Bodo Glimt.
Oh, right.
I don't fancy that. I'll tell you that for a fact.
They play really good football.
Yeah,
they genuinely play really good football.
Nah.
They're good. They're a good team. They're a very
good team.
No, yeah.
Tough place to go. Was that Anthony Gordon who had a shot from 25 yards out? The goalkeeper pushed it away, and now PSG.
He doesn't do that in the Premier League, but anyway,
looking to come on the counter attack. PSG on 14, incredibly are still occupying that final top 8 spot. Madrid in 7th of 15. They're losing away at Benfica. Any Newcastle goal, Chelsea goal, Sporting goal, Inter goal, Juve goal, any one of those 5 teams scoring, and they would jump into the top 8 at first instead of PSG, and then possibly instead of Real Madrid, which would be absolutely remarkable. Sporting are drawing away at Athletic Club 2-2. We know Newcastle are drawing at PSG. Chelsea are drawing away at Napoli. Boys, any danger of a goal? Quake, you look angry tonight.
No, I've just... Oh, God.
He's already got naturals on for
Esteval.
Is he not your guy?
Come
he's
on.
nobody's guy.
Come on. He's a man without a home.
Apart from I show speed, he's nobody's guy, right?
Yeah, I just
well done, Mo.
no comment. But yeah, he's
get after it.
Yeah, I'm anxious because here we go, Chelsea. Here we go. Pick a pass. Someone make a run.
Go on.
Chance.
So easy.
Go on.
Look how easy.
Go on.
Oh! That's a big chance for Newcastle. Marquinhos makes an outstanding block. Jacob Ramsey gets played in. It's a really, really nice ball by Harvey Barnes. He takes a good first touch, and it's a last-ditch block from Marquinhos. It's another big chance, Jack.
Yeah, it is. You know what? What great break, though. Long ball, out of Gordon, out paces his man. He does really well. Plays into Barnes. Barnes totally aware of where Ramsey is. Lovely pass into Ramsey. And that's what I want to see from Ramsey, getting in the box. I thought his first touch was spot on. It's just a brilliant tackle. I don't think you can blame any one of the Newcastle players. But we've got a set piece which
Yeah,
will cause problems
you're
from.
right.
This is key, yeah.
Yeah, which will cause problems from. So we need the delivery right.
It's a very
and from
Arsenal
there.
setup, isn't
Oh
it?
yeah,
With a
that's
host
how
of
we
players.
take all the corners now.
No goal. No.
Yes! Oh, keeper. Oh, I'll tell you what, the keeper's had some the keeper, I think they blew for a
it's been
foul
a
on the
foul, yeah, it
goalkeeper.
was,
The
yeah,
keeper
fair
actually there. Do you know what, Lee?
but he did
I
well.
don't like to make. He doesn't look like a goalkeeper, does he?
No, it's.
He does. He looks like a joke. No disrespect, but he doesn't look.
Is that
like
a foul on him, really? I don't know.
He just looks a bit light, doesn't he, to be a goalkeeper? And also,
but the other goalkeepers.
I'm not one to speak on Barnett's, but a goalkeeper with a ponytail just doesn't do it for me.
No, me neither. Me neither.
Tottenham are in here. Solanke 1-1 scores.
Fair.
What a night for Tottenham Hotspur in Germany. They started the evening on 14 points. A victory for Spurs guaranteed them a place into the top 8. Dominic Solanke scores. Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 2. Kwaku, all jokes aside, you got to look. It maybe wasn't the trickiest of games Spurs had in there, but hey, you can only be what's put in front of you. Yeah. Tottenham Hotspur are going to finish in the top 8.
Oh no, I'm not going to say. Yeah, you can't sit here and criticise Spurs. No, they've done their job in the Champions League. They've done their job, and you can talk about easy schedule, but you can only beat who's put in front of you. And Spurs have done their job. Clinically, they knew out of all the teams in this competition, Spurs knew that if they won their game, they go through, and we all, barring you, maybe Sam, thought they were going to beat Frankfurt. And,
yeah, apologies.
Right, but I understand that though, because Spurs have been so poor in the league. But it's a Spurs team that in the Champions League have shown up, and despite their injuries,
Spurs are fourth on the table, man.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Dominic Solanke, by the way, just takes that like a good centre forward should do. He by the way, Frankfurt haven't been.
Absolutely,
I a bit embarrassed
terrible.
by saying that I fancied them to get something. It was more like I didn't fancy Spurs. But there was a bad header. Solanke read the header, made a good run, goes through on goal. I tell you what, Jack,
we're on
the
top.
last 10
we're
minutes,
on top.
this has been all Newcastle.
We're on top. I mean, Newcastle are on top here. It's so much better. Using the space as well. Really nice interplay as we lose the ball there. But no, it has been really good. Much better. I think Napoli have got another injury by the looks of it. So that's the captain, Di Lorenzo, going off there. Now, with Spurs here, yeah, again, look, they had to win it. They had to win, and they are. It's as simple as that. Look, I've been impressed with them. They've actually played really well. The first half, they totally deserve to be in the lead. They've done well. And as much as, like, you can, of course, criticise Thomas Frank for this season, for his first season in the Champions League, he's doing pretty well in the Champions League, isn't he?
He's doing near on perfect.
Pretty well in the Champions League.
Fourth in the table.
Can only beat what's in front of you. So.
PSV have equalised against Bayern Munich. PSV started the evening 22nd in the top 24 on goal difference. This will be a big point for them. Again, Newcastle, Chelsea, Sporting, Inter, Juve, all outside the top 8 as things stand. Any goal for them would see them go into the top 8. And Newcastle are giving it seriously good go away at PSG this evening. But Dembele's got a chance on the right hand side. Can he get a shot away? Comes back infield, a shot from outside the box. Good blocking. It was Vitinha's shot. Can he find an opening here? Newcastle doing well, bringing bodies back. It gets worked out to the left hand side. Ball gets whipped into the box. Big strong header there from Botman. This time now comes back out to the right hand side. Can PSG find a little bit of quality here? Dembele to Vitinha, just goes over the bar, tries to curl it into the top right hand corner, and we've seen him score lots of goals like that. This one though, the execution just a little bit off.
He had the time, he had the space. That's the best opportunity of the second half for PSG, because Newcastle have really restricted them to really scraps. Looks like we've got a change coming firstly. Baltimore coming on.
I think Baltimore's
the
had
pace of Whistler. He has. We've got Whistler coming on now, who's going to inject a bit more energy. And this is all going to plan for Eddie Howe in terms of certainly in terms of the utilisation of his squad. Of course, you know, another goal would just...
They are outside the top 8 though,
night.
which
I was going to say another goal would cap off an
Yeah.
absolute perfect night. But in terms of utilising his squad, I think he's done a good job of it tonight.
Yeah. Waldemar, this is one of his better games, I think, certainly in a long time. I feel like he struggled at the start, but then we've started to get people around him, and that's what we need to do. And I think if we can do that, we are going to see the best of Nick Waldemar in a new.
Surely Bruno Guimaraes
clearly a top player.
He's got to be coming on. If he's on the bench and he's travelled, surely he must. The fact that he's named on the bench must surely mean that he can play some part.
I know.
Has he not got 10 minutes in him?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't understand the point of naming you on the bench.
Yeah, no, it is pointless if he wasn't able to take some part.
But I think as this game's going on, I think Eddie trusts his players.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I think he's got trust in those 11 now that are out there that they can nick.
Yeah,
this.
the midfield's been good. It started badly, let's be honest. First 30-35 minutes, we'll get an overrun altogether. But the midfield's been really good since then. So I think Yeah, I think he probably is trusting the players he's got on the pitch, and we are doing well. There's no question about it.
PSG looks
got a great break on it.
Look at this.
Come on, Sandro.
Newcastle.
Come on, Sandro.
Tonali comes forward.
Come on, Sandro.
He's got so much space and room and time. That's a bad ball, though.
Yeah, I know. It's such a bad decision. You know what he should have done there is Gordon was on the overlap. Just got to play him in, and now Nuno Mendes is away. Yeah. Bring him down. Bring him down.
You expect better from a player after tonight.
Yeah, I know you do.
In that position there,
well done.
And Newcastle do okay and manage to clear. This is an end-to-end
basketball game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Lee, we have a big goal and a big moment because Inter Milan are leading away at Dortmund by a goal to nil. So PSG, as things stand, are 9th. PSG 9th, Newcastle 10th. Inter Milan again. I didn't think Inter and Juve both had 12 because there was 8 teams on 13. I didn't think 15 would get you into the top 8. But lots of the teams on 13 are not winning. PSG are 9th. Inter Milan winning at Dortmund. Chance for Gordon. Penalty. No, penalty given. No. So Lee, this now, PSG 1, Newcastle 1. Both teams have to score.
Absolutely. Yep.
Get off,
absolutely. This is this is what we expected from tonight. We knew this was going to happen. Nobody was safe in that top 8 apart from the top 2. Yeah. Nobody was really that safe.
I did say Inter.
Did you
say keep an eye on Inter?
No, you didn't, mate. You've had some good predictions tonight, Geordie Jack, by the way.
Offside.
For once.
Offside. Garnacho's offside. And he plays a terrible ball. Oh my god.
By the way, if you like Inter, Federico Di Marco scored the goal for Inter, currently inside the top 8. We've got some live Serie A action this Sunday night on the talkSPORT YouTube chat. How cool was this, by the way?
Great.
Jamie Vardy's Cremonense take on Inter at 5 o'clock, and you can watch it live on the talkSPORT YouTube channel in partnership with DAZN. That's Cremonense versus Inter Milan this Sunday on the talkSPORT YouTube channel. Plenty going on the talkSPORT YouTube channel. By the way, as well, I should also say, talkSPORT, we put on dedicated inside shows for Liverpool, for Man United, for Arsenal, for Chelsea, for Spurs, for Newcastle. Kwaku does Chelsea, Jack does Newcastle, I do Liverpool, Abby Summers, who you'll know, does Tottenham. So if you're a fan of any of those clubs, once a week on the talkSPORT YouTube channel, go and have a look and you can find it. And to make your life even easier on the talkSPORT YouTube channel, we've got special talkSPORT pages for all of these clubs. There's a talkSPORT Liverpool page. Joao Pedro comes.
Come on! Come on!
Fair.
Come on!
Kwaku, that's 2 great goals from Joao Pedro.
Brilliant.
Napoli 2, Chelsea 3. Joao Pedro scores. That is going to take Chelsea into the top 8 on to 16 points. Yeah. What a goal. What a moment, Kwaku.
Huge moment from Joao Pedro. And again, this hasn't really been coming. The ball, Cole Palmer he gets past 2 men. He plays the ball off to Enzo Fernandez. Joao Pedro plays 1-2 with Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer plays Joao Pedro through. He's got a lot of time to think about it. He's got the option to play it to Garnacho. Of course he doesn't do that. Finish. He puts it into the bottom corner and he scores a wonderful goal. A brace for Joao Pedro. And yeah, huge goal for him and for Chelsea. And as things stand, we're 6th.
Barcelona in 5th on 16. Also on 16, Chelsea and Manchester United. The team who are 8th are Real Madrid.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. So they're on 15. Inter are winning on 15. PSG, Newcastle, Sporting are all drawing on 14. If either of those sides were to score, they would go into the top 8 at the expense of Real Madrid, who started the evening 3rd in the table. Is there a PSG goal? Is there imagine Newcastle? I know you're making us Newcastle, but it also be at the expense of Real Madrid as well.
Expense of Real Madrid.
Last year's 2 finalists are both out of the top 8.
Yeah.
Man City are in precarious position though, because it's not out of the question that Real Madrid get a goal, right?
Sure.
And if there's a goal in this PSG or Newcastle game, Man City drop out.
Do you know what, Kwaku?
So that's not that unlikely.
That's a great shout. Man City in 7th on 16. Their goal difference is +6. PSG and Newcastle's goal differences are both +10. So a PSG or Newcastle goal takes him above Man City, and Real Madrid on 15 losing, a goal for them. That's a great spot, Quaker, that I hadn't seen. So yeah, there really is still plenty to play for. Even a Sporting goal, by the way,
Sporting goal changes.
takes them on to 16. They'd have the same goal difference as Man City, and they've scored more than Man City.
Yeah, they scored more.
So even a Sporting goal here makes it very, very interesting. I guess the big question is, are we going to get a PSG or Newcastle goal, boys?
Well,
This is the game.
This
is the game.
This is it, isn't it? Well, at the moment, PSG have just got the ball. They're just playing it around the box, not really doing anything with it. And Newcastle holding firm, just PSG waiting just for that opening. But again, Newcastle get it away, and here comes the counter-attack again, which Newcastle have looked so dangerous with.
Blim in. Come
Anthony
on!
Gordon's through here, down the left-hand side. He's got Vista in the box. Anthony Gordon. Anthony goes on the outside.
That's not bad.
Oh, shot!
Great keeper. Yeah, great keeper.
No!
That's not bad.
Oh, that was a really good counter-attattack.
And Anthony
Gordon
Gordon
did very well.
He did really well to keep his composure and play the overlap.
well.
The shot was then saved.
Oh, it's a good shot. It's a good shot. That's a good
Bayern Munich are 2-1 up at PSV. Harry Kane scored. Olympiacos 2-1 up at Ajax. Pafos 3. Slavia Prague 1. Barcelona have got a 4th goal at home to Copenhagen. Jack, do you know what? You've been the better of the two sides here.
Certainly in the second half, yeah. Certainly in the second half, yeah, definitely. Like,
I'd agree.
this is brilliant play from Gordon. What a backer that is. And Barnes does nothing wrong there. First time, smashes through it. And it's a decent save by the keeper, to be fair. Look, we're good. Look really dangerous on the counter-attack, just using that. And that, it is that physicality in the Premier League, isn't it? It is telling a difference in Europe, these teams who've got these more pacey, strong players. It is really telling a difference in these games where they've got more space to operate in.
Yeah,
it's making a difference. It can just
fresh legs coming on here for PSG. We've just had Joao Neves come off, Warren Zaire-Emery, and we've got AFCON winner Ibrahim Mbaye coming on, and Seni Mayulu, who scored the 5th in the Champions League final. So let's see if
With a few minutes to go, by the way, Newcastle, the only English team not inside the top 8 at the moment. Arsenal first, Liverpool 3rd, Spurs 4th, Chelsea 6th, Man City 7th.
And that's crazy.
And I guess Chelsea could concede and drop out, but again, Man City are winning, but would need a couple of goals elsewhere to go against them to drop them out of the top 8.
He's
Anthony
in here.
Gordon's in again down the left-hand side.
Come on.
Anthony Gordon inside the box. Shoot! It does.
No.
Anthony Gordon's shot is blocked. It falls to Harvey Barnes, who is a couple of yards out, and he hits the bar, Jack.
No!
wow, I can't believe that.
If I wanted anyone to be in that position, it's Harvey Barnes.
How has he not scored? He's 2 yards out.
He has
How is he not? He's onside as well, by the way. How the hell has he not scored?
that away.
He
He has to score it.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Unreal.
I can't believe it. On the counter
I
attack.
still think there's a winner for Newcastle.
On the
in this.
counter attack, we are absolutely.
Here's the thing. He's
tearing
just patting.
PSG apart.
PSG will bomb forward, pass the ball around the box with no intent, with no end product, lose the ball. Newcastle go up the other end, and there's a counter-attack on every time. And just watch the same same thing. There you go. Doué gives the ball away.
Arsenal have scored a 4th goal at home to Chirac. Gabriel Jesus, the goal scorer there. One night, Pafos having, by the way, 4-1 up at home to Slavia Prague. Marcus Rashford, by the way, scored the 4th goal for Barcelona.
Get in, Burn.
But Quaker, how on earth has Harvey Barnes not scored that, by the way? Harvey Barnes is 2 yards out to put Newcastle into the top 8 of the Champions League.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how he missed, man.
I don't know how he's missed that.
Oh,
He shinned it.
got 12 goals this season, Barnes, as well. So he's having a very, very
put your
good
mouse on that,
season. He's having such a good season.
Because that goal would have dropped Real Madrid out of it.
Yeah.
Real Madrid would have dropped out if Newcastle would have.
Yes.
Correct. Arsenal 3-1 up. Jesus' goal has been ruled out. Yeah, that would have put Newcastle in the top 8 at the expense. That would have had every single English team in the top 8. Oh my goodness.
It would have been insane.
That is ridiculous.
And they listen, I'm going to be honest. I think Newcastle deserve this.
They
They deserve this.
Second half,
I think they've been excellent.
So good.
They've been excellent. They've deserved it. They've been brilliant tonight. I can't fault them.
Yeah,
This feels harsh on you boys.
It does a bit. But look, We've got the performance has been so good. I wasn't expecting a lot from the game. I was not at all. But it's been a performance.
Oh, 6th goal for Liverpool as well. It's Federico Chiesa as well, a man who hasn't had many.
I wasn't expecting Liverpool to actually smash Carabao.
No. Liverpool 6. The unbeaten run
runs back on
starts again. Well, 6th goal for Liverpool.
We're playing
Federico
Saturday,
Chiesa.
so.
Yeah, 8 o'clock game. Looking forward to that one, Geordie Jack.
I reckon Anfield is. I don't know when the last time we won that.
So. Newcastle. Mainly all the focus now is on PSG and Newcastle. Newcastle score? We have all 6 English teams in the top 8 of the Champions League.
I can't believe he hasn't scored. I don't know how he hasn't scored. I don't know how he hasn't scored.
I don't know how he's not scored.
It is such a shame.
There's going to be chance because both teams need to win, and you rarely get this.
There's not much time though. Added on,
but there's going to be space in behind. Oh man.
PSG have offered nothing in this
second half. Yeah,
they've offered absolutely nothing.
First half an hour, I thought we were going to absolutely annihilate it, to be fair, but no, it's been brilliant.
4 minutes of time added on. As things stand, remarkably, the team in 8th is Real Madrid, who are losing away at Benfica. They are absolutely clinging on. Newcastle are not going to be in the top 8. Neither are PSG. Both of these sides are drawing. Man City started outside the top 8, are winning 2-0 home to Galatasaray. They are inside of the top 8. So the only English team not in the top 8 is Newcastle United, who, goodness me, have given it a seriously good go away at PSG, in particular in the second half. Been really good on the counter-attack. They were Harvey Barnes' strike from a couple of yards away from being inside the top 8. And what a story that would have been. 6 English teams in the top 8.
And Real Madrid missing out as well.
Yeah. But 3 minutes added on. Can PSG get a goal here, Lee?
They can. If we're going on the evidence of this second half, then no, because they've been pretty poor and offered nothing. But here's the biggest threat. It's Vitinha on the edge of the box, really.
Oh, the shot there. Kwaku, Chelsea got some defending to do.
Just defend this, and we should be okay. Defend this, we should be okay.
If you concede, you drop out the top 4, but the top 8, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure you were.
I know.
5 minutes of time added on. Ball comes into the box, to the back post. Oh, you're so lucky there, Kwaku.
There's one there.
Napoli's player is completely unmarked at the back post. He's got so much space and time.
And then there was no one there.
And his ball into the box. Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 2. Tottenham are inside. We'll clap Spurs where we deserve it, by the way. Tottenham Hotspur go to Frankfurt and win 2-0. We know the Premier League, they're having an absolute Western super. But tonight in the Champions League, they win. Shout out to Ray Parler. They are winning. They win in Frankfurt, and they will be in the top 8. Tottenham, 4th in the table. Absolutely remarkable. 3 of the top 4. Arsenal, Liverpool and Spurs. Bayern Munich, the other 2 sides. Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 2. Xavi Simons, really, really impressive for Tottenham once again. Chelsea have got 3 minutes to try and see out at Napoli. Napoli 2, Chelsea 3. There's 2 minutes to go in the PSG Newcastle game. Is there one moment for either of these 2 sides to try and get themselves inside of the top 8 as things stand? No, we don't think so. Where are we looking next? Liverpool are beating Karabakh by 6 goals. Now Liverpool go straight through to the last 16. The Spurs players there going over to the travelling Spurs fans. And I tell you what, there'll be no boos this evening from the Tottenham fans. And I wonder how they'll treat Tom. Well, I hope he does.
I don't think he has, you know.
He goes over when Spurs lose, so he should go over when Spurs win this evening because, hey, he's going to be what's put in front of him. Spurs are into the last 16 of the Champions League. Kwaku, 2.5 minutes for Chelsea to see this out with Napoli.
Yeah, these men need to just see it out. They need to that's good. Cucurella giving it a bit to the Napoli player. Yeah, they need to see it out. They need to manage this moment, and it will be a huge victory. I think it'd be the most impressive victory of Rossini's reign so far, especially because of the circumstance, because we took the lead and went behind, and a game that we had to win. But we've got another 2 minutes just to see it through.
Napoli unbeaten at home this season as well. So
Inter 2 up in their game now, by the way, away at Dortmund. But unfortunately for them, goal difference is going to cost them. They're on 15 points, same as Madrid, but Madrid have got a better goal difference, +10, Inter +7. So goodness me, Madrid lucky this evening.
Oh no! Lukaku! Almost.
Sanchez with a save. Lukaku's 8 yards out, has a shot, and the keeper makes a save.
Oh my goodness!
Does he give that as a free kick? Oh,
that's not a foul. That's a disgraceful decision. There.
Yeah, that's poor. That's
disgraceful
poor.
decision.
Come on.
That's poor, Jack. I'm with you on that one.
That is never a free kick. Come on, lads. One more. Nah, it's not going to happen, is it?
Chelsea are clinging on here, Kwaku.
Yeah, this is... Do you know when you can feel the game kind of going? Win a foul.
Goes back to the Napoli goalkeeper. One of the Man City team just showed Pep Guardiola their phone, probably just making sure Pep that his team's done enough to get inside.
There
of
it
the
is.
top eight.
There it is.
Well done.
That was a game.
Do you know what? That feels underwhelming, but it ends 1-1, and both PSG and Newcastle don't finish in the top eight.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute.
Inter scored again.
Hang on a minute.
What?
I'm waiting for my league table to update. I think Sporting might have scored a late winner.
Really?
And I think that takes Real Madrid outside of the top eight. I'm just going to double check that. Sporting, I'm being told, are winning 3-2. Sporting started on 13 points. I'll wait for my league table to update.
Yes, I can see it.
And Sporting go 3-2 up away at Atletico.
That is absolute seat.
Wait for my league table.
Yeah. Just to confirm.
Real Madrid are out of the top eight as things stand. Athletic 2, Sporting 3. They go on to 16.
goodness.
So that's Real Madrid, PSG, and Inter Milan, who were all not in the top eight. Lee.
Incredible. That is absolutely incredible. And Sporting City rivals Benfica have done Sporting a favour.
Well, now Man City are panicking because Real Madrid are still playing.
Yeah.
And if Real Madrid get a goal.
How long have we got left in the Real Madrid game? You're right.
I think
Man
there's a
City.
couple of minutes left.
Man City are 8th. The team below them is Real Madrid. A Real Madrid goal, and you're right, Quaker. That knocks Man City out of the top eight. So confirmation then PSG 1, Newcastle on both sides don't come in the top eight. All eyes now. Who would have thought it'd come down to Real Madrid and Man City? Quaker Afari, Chelsea win at Napoli.
Fair play.
Yes. Thank you.
I think we're all winners tonight, aren't we?
Thank you.
In some way.
Yeah, we are.
No, none of us have lost.
Yeah, none of us have lost.
Well, we're 12
Monaco or Karabakh for PSG and Newcastle.
Who's that?
Monaco or Karabakh for PSG and Newcastle.
Is that what it'll be?
At the moment, as things stand, it'd be Monaco or Karabakh.
Okay.
I think I'd rather go to the south of France.
Could do without the trip to Carabao.
Just to confirm, you haven't got a choice now, son. Matt, confirmation then. This is where we're at. We're basically waiting on Real Madrid. Man City beat, look at them. Pep Linda's got his phone out. They're looking at the same thing we are. If Real Madrid are losing away at Benfica, there's 5 minutes of time added on in the Benfica Real Madrid game. If there's a goal there for Real Madrid, Man City will drop out of the top eight, which would make me feel harsh given the fact they're winning at home. Well, they've beaten Galatasaray at home. So confirmation then, Arsenal go 8 from 8 on 24. Bayern Munich 2nd on 21. Liverpool Spurs get the job done. They're 3rd and 4th. Barcelona come into the top 8. They beat Copenhagen 4-1. Chelsea, fair play. They go to Napoli. What a performance and result that is. Sporting scoring a last-minute goal at Leicester Club, currently 7th, and Man City down to 8th. Real Madrid, PSG, Newcastle have all dropped out of the top 8, but a Real Madrid goal against Benfica would put them into the top 8 at the expense of Man City. There is 5 minutes of time added on in the Benfica Real Madrid game. Kwaku, how go on, Lee?
No, I was just going to say, very important, Real Madrid have not had their customary penalty yet. There is still time.
Kwaku, while we, put the Benfica Real Madrid. Sorry, I'm not. There's like another.
I could give you that one.
There's another.
I would not have had
golf show on TV, which isn't as good as our one.
I would not have had Sporting finishing in the top 8.
No, I don't think many people. Kwaku, while we await the Benfica Real Madrid game to finish, this for Chelsea, by the way.
Yeah.
That's seriously impressive, isn't it?
No. The most impressive performance and result
A record?
under Leeds.
Oh, Madrid are down to 10 men. I think Asensio's been sent off for Real Madrid, hasn't he?
Raul Asensio.
Asensio.
It was booked for a push in the first half, which led to Benfica's penalty. And now he's gone in the last minute.
Quick, I'll get your take on Chelsea in a second. Raul Asensio has been sent off for Real Madrid. There's no customary penalty. There's a red card for Real Madrid.
Wow.
3 minutes of time added on there.
Jose Mourinho will be loving this.
Oh, he'll be in his
loving this. He'll be loving it.
Let me bring you some full times then, shall I? Ajax 1, Olympiacos 2. Arsenal 3, Kairat 2 in the end. Quite a close game there. Sporting are in the top 8. Wow, fair play to them. They went to Athletic Club this evening and they won by 3-2. Atletico Madrid, what an opportunity it was for them this evening, by the way. Home to Bodo Glimt. To win for Atletico Madrid would have had them in the top 8. They've lost at home. They're losing at home to Bodo Glimt by 2-1. Barca 4, Copenhagen 1. What's that, Kraku?
No, Benfica need another goal to make it into in terms of goal difference. So they will be chasing another goal in this one.
Oh, goodness me. You're right. Benfica, on goals scored, are 25th.
Yeah, so they
So if they score, they can knock Marseille out.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for, boys?
Benfica want another goal, so both teams need
to score. Good spot. Elsewhere, Bayer
extra
Leverkusen
half
3,
an hour, lads.
Villarreal 0. Inter go to Dortmund and win 2-0 won't be enough. Marseille lose away at Club Brugge 3-0. Spurs go to Frankfurt and win 2-0. Liverpool, where's Liverpool been all season? 6-0 at home to Karabakh. Man City 2, Galatasaray 0. But it's going to be a long, nervy wait for them. They'll be happy to know Real Madrid are down to 10 men. Napoli 2, Chelsea 3. Bayern Munich win 2-1 at PSV. Paphos beat Slavia Prague by 4-1. But for Paphos, unfortunately for them, they are going to finish 26th and not inside the top 24. PSG 1, Newcastle 1, Union SG 1, Atalanta 0. So we've got a minute to go then in the game at Benfica. I mean, I'm assuming both teams will know what they need, what they need here. Again, we saw Pep, he was passed the phone at the Etihad Stadium. Madrid down to 10 men. We've got a minute to go in this game, and both teams have got to score. Madrid to get in the top 8. Who would have thought by the start of the night it'd be Real Madrid in 3rd place? They would drop down 6 places to 9th place. And again, if they do score, it would be at the expense of Manchester City,
insane.
which would be quite remarkable. We've got a minute left of the game between Benfica and Marseille. Vinny Jr. wins a free kick.
Not a foul.
Never a foul. Never a foul. Jack, was that a foul? No. We'll be with a foul checker tonight.
Come on.
Again, a Madrid goal puts them on to 16 points and have a better goal difference than Man City. They have got themselves a free kick in a dangerous area, left-hand side, around, 25 yards out or so. Jude Bellingham's getting involved. It's going to be whipped into the box. It comes back out, goes into the box. Can they keep it alive, Real Madrid? There's 10 seconds to go. Cross comes in. Ball into the box, headed away. Goodness me, how was there no Real Madrid player? He got the head on that. There might be a bit more time added on because of that Real Madrid red card. They recycle the ball. It's got to go in the box here, hasn't it? Comes in field. Can they keep it alive? It's still alive. Back to the right-hand side. Got to cross the ball and get it in the box. Camavinga. Oh, no, that's awful, mate.
That is awful.
That's awful. Lee, how big of a story is this? Real Madrid, obviously a tricky couple of weeks. Sacking Xavi Alonso. Where are Real Madrid at the minute?
Well, it's a tumultuous time at the club. I don't know what the expectations are for this season. Look, they are pushing in the Liga. They've closed the gap on Barcelona, but we're in a situation here now where this is not favourable at all for this Real Madrid team to be playing in the playoffs. What's happened there?
Yeah, the goalkeeper tries to take a goal kick, and Kylian Mbappe tries to take the ball off him.
This is the goalkeeper's wasting time, by the way.
But he obviously doesn't know, does he?
You see the hierarchy at Benfica telling them to
it's crazy.
Up.
I can't believe that nobody has got the information onto them that they are a goal away.
Who's been sent off?
It's
Rodrigo.
Down to 9 men.
Sent off.
No,
this is carnage.
I mean, this is not going to help in the playoffs, is it?
You're missing out. Yeah, you're missing these players. Yeah, you're missing these players in the playoffs.
Yeah. This is not good. This doesn't bode well for Real Madrid. They're already in a bit of in turmoil this season. I mean,
it'd be Marseille or Bodo Glimt for Madrid in the playoffs.
Marseille. I mean
Bodo Glimt. Sorry, Neil wants to play them.
I'd like to see Real Madrid go to Bodo Glimt.
They've already played Marseille, and they were very lucky to beat them on match day 1. So
Rodrigo kicking off. Yeah,
he's lost his head.
it's all happening in the tunnel there, isn't it?
This is all.
Get a goal, please, Benfica.
Yeah, Benfica. Harsh from Benfica at the start of the night to. This is all kicking off.
It's all kicking off.
Why? What are these lads on the side doing? Get off the pitch! This is the Jose Mourinho team, isn't it? Get off the pitch! Jose Mourinho is telling them now to get the ball in the box. He knows they need to score. That goalkeeper must look a right plank, wasting time at 3-2 up. But Benfica have got. Could Benfica then play Real Madrid in the long? Because Benfica score, they would go into 24th. Madrid would be 9th. They could possibly play each other again, maybe in the. Benfica, they could play each other again. Ball into the box. Goalkeeper goes up.
Gents, is that? Oh my God! Is that Marseille out?
I think it might be. Yeah, it is.
Marseille are out as well.
don't check.
Oh, no. What are they checking? He's blown the full-time whistle. He's blown the full-time whistle.
Full-time, yeah. Oh, my God.
Do you know what? What a great way to end the night. Why have we all become Benfica fans, by the way?
Jose.
That is incredible.
Jose's still alive.
Yeah, Jose's still alive. Oh, my.
Marseille are out, Benfica are through.
What a goal.
It's the goalkeeper.
Did you not know it was the keeper?
I wasn't 100% sure it was the goalkeeper. There was a lot. Look at Jose celebrating.
He's back. He's back.
Oh, gotta love it.
Celebrates with the pool boy. That's quality.
Oh, wow.
Right, let's go home.
On a week where football's been getting stick about,
It's been seen.
I'm sorry, the best sport in the world, hands down.
Oh, my.
Amazing.
Tonight it's been saved. That is incredible. That is unbelievable.
Oh, my
Wow.
God.
What? Brilliant.
That's insane.
Trublin.
The keeper who was wasting time.
Yeah.
Was wasting time. Was the wearing situation. Got told to get up there and scores the winner. Oh, my God.
Benfica in the next round, by the way, if it's not Real Madrid,
Yeah.
another one of Jose's former teams, Inter Milan.
Oh, wow.
Benfica 4, Real Madrid 2. So Real Madrid finished 9th, which is just ridiculous, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Benfica, who despite winning 3-2, were not in the top 24 because they had the same goal difference as Marseille, but have scored less goals. So this goal gives them a better goal difference. So it's Benfica 24, Marseille 25. Oh, what a night, boys!
What a night.
Unbelievable night of football.
Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Quaker, I'm going to come to you now because Chelsea go to Napoli and win by 3 goals to in the end, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Chelsea get through into the top 8. How big of a result and performance is that tonight for Liam Rosenior?
Huge. That's now 5 wins out of 6 for Liam Rosenior. He's managed the situations. Manage was the operative word because of the memes flying around, and he's doing a good job. And like I say, Chelsea fans, I don't want to call us fickle, but we respond to results like most fan bases do, and he's won. He keeps on winning. And if he continues this, we are going to fall in love because that's what we do. We fall in love with winners. And today was huge. This was a circumstance that could have gone wrong for Chelsea. We took the lead and then fell behind and things looked like they weren't going our way. But he made the changes. The changes changed the game. And Chelsea are through to the round 16 in the Champions League. And this could yet be a positive season for Chelsea in what has been a roller coaster.
You know, Joao Pedro's form has been a bit up and down since joining, but he took both his goals really proper quality finishes.
Oh, yeah, they were quality finishes. And it's reminiscent of his goals at the Club World Cup, right? He flew in from the beach and he came and joined the Chelsea team. He scored a brace in the semi-final. He scored a goal in the final. And we thought, OK, we've got a proper number 9. This season's been a bit up and down, but he's delivered in terms of scoring goals and creating assists. And today was probably his finest day in a Chelsea shirt. And again, if we go on to do big things in the Champions League, which we've got a history of doing when we change our manager halfway through the season, this night will be remembered as a night that we qualify for the round of 16.
Yeah, and there was so much, talk about Liam Rosenior coming in. But look, you can only beat what's put in front of you. And so far he's done, bar Arsenal, he's done pretty well. Is your opinion on him? Or do you think it's going to take a lot more for people's opinion to change on him?
Yeah, it's going to take a lot more. And you look at the Arsenal game, and I think he's got the benefit of that's a 2-legged affair. So, yeah, you lost the first game 3-2, but you're not out of it. And so if by whatever happens, if say he beats Arsenal in the second leg and he gets it to a League Cup final, Chelsea fans will still soon turn around. But yeah, he's done a good job so far. But this result out of all of them will please him the most because Chelsea's backs are against the wall. Chelsea, I know that we've only won it a couple of times, but we feel like we've got heritage in the Champions League. We feel like when our backs are against the wall, we can pull out big results, and tonight was an example of that. And this young squad will take a lot from it. And I think our experiences of winning cup competitions last season, when our backs were against the wall, in the Europa Conference League final and in the Club World Cup, this young team are using those experiences and putting up big results. I'm very, very happy, Sam.
With your friend, I can tell you're a nervy man there, weren't you?
I wasn't talking. I was in a bad mood, mate.
Yeah, it doesn't help a YouTube show, does it? That way?
I felt it in myself. I was in a bad mood, mate. I wasn't having it.
Normally, mate, you can't shut up. Just chat. Lee, with your French expert hat on, if that's a phrase, Liam Rosenior was coming from France. I mean, did you think there was a little bit of disrespect from people in this country when he made that move, or could you understand why? Because obviously it was a big jump up.
What disrespect from people in
Yeah, from Liam Rosenior, but getting a job at Chelsea.
Yeah, Yeah, it was. I wanted to see him getting his opportunity. I mean, I can only go off what we know about him, his time at Hull, and particularly I paid more close attention to his time at Strasbourg, where he went in there and he's just commanded the respect of everybody, not just because of the results and what he did there, but also his style of football was really lauded in France. So it was a real shame to see him go, but look, he's earned his opportunity. I think he deserves that opportunity to go and do what he needs to do to grow as a manager. Chelsea are not out there getting these ready-made managers. Them days of Mourinho's and the Contes and all of that, that's gone now. These are about these managers that are going to come in that almost kind of like will sit back and be a little bit more passive and go, yes, sir, I'll do whatever you want me to do here. But give them the time to grow, give them the opportunity to grow. There's not all these big technical managers that are out there now, or certainly ones that have almost kind of football's left behind. And I think this is a new era in football management now, where we're starting to get along of a lot of youth coming through and having an opportunity to kind of, show what they can do on the biggest stage. I think for him, it's a great move. I think Chelsea just be patient with him. He's 41 years old. He's going to be, I know people are picking at him in the way he speaks and all of that. But look, so far so good, as Kwaku said. He's getting results, right? And, I think he'll grow. I think he'll grow into this role. And I hope he does well.
It looks like there's a bit more energy maybe around the place. This is a real small thing, but I think it means a lot to fans. I saw some Chelsea fans on Twitter in the Palace game say that, when the game was done, Lucini went over to the away fans and clapped the away fans. They went right up to them. And the Chelsea fans were like, we haven't had that for the last couple of managers. Yeah. So little things like that, I think, can sort of, align you with the fans and the manager. Little things like that are important. Do you feel like there's maybe a bit more of an energy around the place?
Yeah, for sure. But I don't want to escape the fact that is because we are winning. If he goes up to the fans after drawing against Palace or losing against Palace, it doesn't have the same effect. But because he's winning games, fans are buying into it. And that's what Thomas Tuchel had to do. Thomas Tuchel came in and replaced a Chelsea legend in Frank Lampard, who season before, against all odds, finished in the top 4 and got Chelsea to an FA Cup final. Thomas Tuchel was not a popular appointment. People forget that. But he won games and he won the biggest trophy, and Chelsea fans fell in love with him. And so what Rossini has to do, it's simple. Win games, get results, and Chelsea fans will fall in love with you. Football's not complicated. You've got to win games to really gain the affection of fans, and that's what he's doing at the moment, and long may it continue.
How important is to state the kind of the obvious here, Cole Palmer getting him back to any sort of form and fitness is so important. Why do you think it's been so stop-start for him?
I'm worried, mate. I think he needs surgery. I think they're trying to avoid surgery as much as possible because of how long it will keep him out for. But seeing him come on there, I know he gets the assist for Joao Pedro, but he just doesn't look fit. He just doesn't look fit. He doesn't look at it. He looks a yard slower, and I don't know. Obviously, there's a World Cup on the horizon. He'll want to go to that, and I think surgery might hamper those chances. But he's not fully fit. He's not fully fit because he didn't play on the weekend. So you would have thought in a must-win game for Chelsea he'd start in the Champions League, and he didn't start. So we can only just manage his fitness, but you can tell he's not fully fit.
Gents, it's been an unbelievable show. Lee, Geordie, Jack, Kwaku, thank you so much for keeping us company. It literally went down to the last header of the evening, which was the Benfica goalkeeper to knock out Real Madrid. Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea and Man City and Tottenham Hotspur, of course, are all in the Champions League last 16. The only English side that misses out is Newcastle. It's been a fun night of football. If you're watching on talkSPORT's YouTube channel or on your smart TVs, Jamie O'Hara, Dean Saunders, they're next with the Sports Bar. Good night.